Don.
Give me a piece of wood. I'll eat it.
Hahn.
Peter, the most you sweat is at a buffet.
And Rosenberg.
I'll be honest, the one thing I miss about having an office is the taste of Steve Hart's nuts.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Well, it's a crazy day. A crazy, crazy day. You wake up this morning, you're preparing to do a bunch of football because we got the divisional round. Spreads are moving back and forth.
They are?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You also did the Collinsworth roll-in.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed that, Don.
My printer.
You did the Collinsworth. No, it was awesome. I think you should do this from now on.
Do that again.
Just roll right into the shot.
You're right. That's a good idea.
Peter, did you miss it?
I forgot about that. I forgot about when the Collinsworth thing was a thing. I forgot about
that. Was a thing. It was.
He did one of these. He was like, he was off.
Go ahead, let me see.
And he went like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great.
It was perfect. It was
awesome.
Yeah, that was.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have your gift, Alan, and we're right back into his old school position.
He was good literally 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, because you know what? I'm gonna fix this in the next break. No, I had it all set. And I was like, how do I look? And they're like, oh, you've never looked better. This is, and then all of a sudden it starts.
All
and
hell
now
broke loose.
I'm Old Man Winter again. But listen, it's really about what we have to say, not how we look. But still,
that's right.
There's a lot going on with
for
the
some
football.
of us.
But the baseball is unreal. And for the Met fan, it kind of started out bad. Tucker goes to the Dodgers, of all teams, the Dodgers, and he went for $55 million a year, $5 million more a year than what we were hearing the Mets were offering. And Bo Bichette looks like he's going to go. He's done. He's going to go to Toronto on Philly for a 7-year deal. But no, because everybody's kind of thinking about the possibility of a work stoppage. Let's shorten these deals. Let's give a ton of money per year. And Bichette goes for $42 a year. $42 million a year, guys. Now, I'm thrilled as a Met fan because he can hit. It's kind of strange you're telling me it's all about run prevention and you sign a guy for $42 million a year and he's going to play a position that he's literally never played before, third base. After Polanco, a guy's now going to never really play first base, is going to be your first baseman. But the point is that the money's ridiculous. And this is coming from a Met fan who is on the side of ridiculousness, that has an owner that's sitting on $23 billion, that does seem willing to lose money to try to make his team better. This is not sustainable, guys. It's not. And it's not coming from a place of, the Dodgers get all the players. This is not sustainable. It is not. And right now in the offices of Major League Baseball, they are right now giddy at the fact that there's now more than enough evidence that they can go into the CBA at the end of next year and say, we need a salary cap. And if the Dodgers keep getting all the players and the Mets sign players, and it's really the same 2 or 3 teams every year because they've got billionaire owners, guess what? There's going to be a lot of people that were on the side of the players and on the side of no cap that are going to be firmly on the side of having a cap. And how far are they willing to go to get it? So celebrate if you're a Dodger fan. Celebrate if you're a Met fan. A lot of money getting thrown to these players. Money that is not deserved, by the way, because I don't know where this money's coming from. The Major League Baseball is propping up like a half a dozen regional networks because people aren't watching the games. But you've got enough billionaire owners that are throwing money at these players. It's not sustainable. So celebrate, have fun, because at the end of 2026 when they crown a champion, get ready for Armageddon because it's coming.
Yeah, you could lose half a season, if not more, over this. And you know what? The owners are going to have to dig in because this goes way beyond, I think, even when the Yankees were the evil empire. It feels like, doesn't it? There still were other teams that were spending, and it ended up catching up at some point. But it does still, like the baseball more than – look, we know the NFL, it's like full parity now, right? Like football, everybody spends the same amount because they have a hard cap. This is the last sport where there's, the rich and they dominate, and then there's the poor franchises, and they usually end up getting young players, develop them, and then send them off like the Pirates will do, right? Like that's just a reality. And we're in a big market, so we don't really notice it and talk about it. All we do is complain about owners who don't spend. And I'll tell you what you just said, because, Bichette's second baseman, right?
Shortstop,
second base, right? The middle infielder, and not a very good one. Polanco, as you mentioned, also doesn't have a lot of experience at first base, but they're going to put him there. David Stearns talked about run prevention, and his whole plan for the offseason was to improve that, which tells me that after a frustrating offseason where the Mets couldn't really sign anybody they wanted, they ended up they were chasing again. They already have a right fielder with a big bat in Soto, but yet they wanted to get Tucker as well. This tells me that the owner, once again, pushed the nerd aside. Instead, no, I need to get some fireworks.
Yeah.
I need to write a check. That's what I think. Like, that doesn't that feel like that's what happened? Because if Stearns really believed in the run prevention thing, why would this be what he does? Because it's not what.
But isn't that like?
I don't know if I don't know if I'd like that.
When does it start to become an indictment, though, that like, not only do you have the checkbook now, and you don't always use it, you use it sometimes, because obviously we're watching a team that always does it in the Dodgers, but that like you're not able to score the guy you really want, so you may overpay for something else you didn't need in the same way just to catch a spark. That's not what you want to be doing.
No, but Alan's right. It becomes PR. Like Steve Cohen was tweeting yesterday, making with the smoke signals like, oh, we're going to get Tucker, and then you lose out. So now what do? Now you got to save face, and now he's going to throw money at a player, and we'll see. I mean, is he done? Because the other big carrot out there is Bellinger. I can't think of a better way to kind of win back your fan base than stealing Bellinger from the Yankees the way that you stole Soto from the Yankees. And is there a price that he can pay for Bellinger? Yankees clearly have a budget. You've seen how they've dealt with Bellinger. We'll see how that all goes. But back in the day, Alan, when the Yankees looked like they were buying players and they were the evil empire, they still had a core four of players they drafted and groomed to become great players, like Bernie Williams, and they had Jeter, and they had Pettit, and they did go out and get players. They won 114 games in a championship, and then they go out and get Roger Clemens, and it seemed gratuitous, but it also came from a place of, hey, we make the most money, we're going to spend the most money. Because that's where it came from. And you know what? The Pirates and the Royals, those teams aren't run well, and that's why they lose money. But now, is it really about not knowing what you're doing in Pittsburgh? Or is it just, how am I supposed to compete? I don't have an owner that's worth $100 billion.
That's pretty much it.
All right, I don't have a television network that can stay up. Okay, stay upright. I'm.
Well, Tampa did it on a shoestring for a little while,
right?
And they are relatively competitive, but they were remarkably competitive on a shoestring budget for a while. But when it came time to pay those guys,
then they were gone.
Blake Snell and all them, like they didn't do it. And
then
so
you see
the
Marlins, they'd spend money only to then lose money, and they get rid of the players, spend money again, win a championship, then lose the players all over again. Yeah. It's not a New York problem because even with the Yankees being perceived as cheap, they still have a $300 million payroll. They still have all-stars on half of their positions, and they'll compete for a championship. And I'm not asking you to care about the small market team, but it's not even about small market anymore. It's just who owns your team. The Padres were owned by a billionaire dying of cancer, and he wanted to get him a championship before he died, so he threw billions of dollars into his roster. Same thing in Washington. Lerner was 93 years old. I want to win a championship before I die. So it's not even I'm in New York or I'm in Los Angeles or I'm in Chicago. No, I have a billionaire owner that's willing to dip into his own funds. Steve Cohen's losing money, Alan. He loses money every year with the Mets, and yet he still has a payroll higher than anybody because he can dip into his own billions and probably doesn't as much as he wants to. Because he probably promised Major League Baseball when he came in he wouldn't spend like a drunken sailor because they were probably worried about letting him into the fraternity because he would do that. That's probably why he's as conservative as he is. But Dodgers don't care. Yeah, Dodgers are lighting cigars with $1,000 bills.
But this is again that story is as tale as old as time in baseball. Okay, since they've had a league, there's always been a team or an owner that spent that way, and everybody got mad and up in arms. But what you're saying, and it's down the road, but what you're saying is like this, we'll look back on this offseason as where it really started and why we're in a place that we're going to do shows in a couple of summers from now where there's no games. and there's no games, and we talk about how it's going to kill the sport. And I've covered 2 lockouts. I've covered one that lost an entire season, and nobody could believe it was going to happen until they actually did it in the NHL in 2004-05. And then in, obviously, 2011 and 12. The NBA season started Christmas Day. They had 66 games because of that lockout. They had back-to-back-to-backs. That started load management.
Yeah.
Think about the after effects of that lockout. But since then, they've had harmony, and they have figured it out for the most part. So that's down the road. But let's just stay where our feet are right now. Don, are the Mets a better team?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that was the goal. That was a bad finish to the season. Are they a better team?
Well, they're still getting there because you still haven't really replaced Alonso's bat. Now, you're much better at third than if you had Beatty at third, right? So Bichette's going to play third. Beatty's probably going to be trade bait. So there's a chance that they can actually maybe trade for a starting pitcher. The kid can hit, all right? So we know that.
All right.
So I think they're better at third, but there's other areas that they need to address. But I do think they're better than they were 5 minutes ago.
Okay. So Bichette, obviously, lineup-wise, offense-wise, Bichette gives you a bat. Like, you know that part of it, right?
Right.
The defense we're going to talk about, we'll keep an eye on. It's just caught my attention because you named 2 guys that are playing, quote-unquote, out of position, okay? And that struck me because I remember all David Stearns talked about was run prevention, how important that was to him in this offseason, why they made the moves they moved. Nimmo was a declining defensive metric, and Alonso, they have always taken to task about defense at first base. It's why they got Simeon. Like, it's why they got Polanco. Like, they wanted to get at bats, but they also wanted to make sure that they had versatility defensively. And I don't know if that's really answering that question, but that's what his job was, to get better, to be a better baseball team.
But when you get better,
and is this a overreaction almost? Is this a pivot? Because
clearly.
they thought they had Tucker.
Clearly.
Like, Cohen's not putting that tweet out if he wasn't feeling a certain way. Like, if he felt like, I'm waiting to hear, but you all should get excited because we should be hearing any minute now. And I think he was stunned by that. And then it became, what's the pivot? Well, we can get Bichette and steal him from the Phillies.
I think that's
Let's do it.
And you saw what...
Is that the right move, though?
I mean, it's a move. You got to make moves. You got to have bats, right? I mean, you just lost Pete Alonso. You lost a former batting champion in McNeil. I mean, Nimmo was not nothing offensively.
Yeah.
All right, you got better defensively, and I get when you get better defensively, can now allow you to maybe go, all right, we'll bite our tongue at third, but we're going to get better at other positions defensively, so we'll live with Bichette not being a great defensive third baseman, but he's going to hit, and he's going to supply us with some runs, and now Beatty can maybe be used as trade bait, no pun intended, to be able to maybe get the pitcher that they're looking for. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I think it improves the team. But clearly, it was a desperation pivot.
Well,
they thought they had Tucker.
That's what I was asking you.
And now 5 minutes
later, and it's clearly counter to what Alan was just saying about what they said they wanted to do. It goes against
what
that.
Stearns said he wanted to do.
It goes against what Stearns said his plan was, but also what Don said earlier. Yes, last night when on our group text we were discussing Cohen's tweet, the smoke signal was not about Bo Bichette, great player, not what the tweet was about. So it's just sort of a weird circumstance. You get a really great, exciting young player, but it's clearly a pivot and not exactly what you were hoping to get.
And then the Yankees of it all, not that I would say they were in on either of these 2 players, because it doesn't sound like they're really in on anybody but bringing Bellinger back. But I'm sure Yankee fans are in a way, too, like seeing the Dodgers get another big-time player, Mets pivoting and getting a player. Like,
could you imagine if the Dodgers were like, all right, the hell with it, let's get Bellinger too. Like that's when it just starts to become really arrogant. But you could also see the Mets. Does this signal after losing Tucker? Does this signal like, all right, because Bichette, as Bob Nightingale reported, it looked like that was a done deal to the Phillies, and that's your rival, and so you blow them out of the water on the annual, and you steal him away from. And now it's like, is Cohen like just so pissed off that he's like, what does Bellinger want? Give him what he wants. Get him too. Right? We can't have who we wanted, so let's just take from everybody else. Like, I have no idea how this guy's thinking, but what they're doing doesn't really line up to what was said at the beginning of the offseason. That's all I'm asking you, Don, is like when I say are they a better team, that's what I'm asking. Is this what they were? Is this the plan? Or was this more an owner who's got a ton of money and he's feeling away because only one team is swinging it? And he's like, wait, let me get in here because this is big bank, take a little bank.
Well, if there's a plan, you start running out of plan. I mean, there's not that many players left. I mean, you got Valdez, who they can get as a free agent. All right, there's a couple of players. I mean, they can go, they can get Goldschmidt to play first base if they wanted to, if it's just for a year. But in recent years, there's a plan. All right, here are 10 players that the Mets can get. You start checking them off the board. Well, you're starting getting down to the precious few here. Now, if you're going to be telling me Bellinger is going to be an outfielder, or I'm going to sign him to play first base, all right, that might be somebody that's out there. And clearly they can pluck him from the Yankees because the Yankees are showing their hand, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're not willing to go to 7 years.
Yeah,
they're not even really willing to go into 6. But there's that struggle of I do think that there's a side of the Mets that want to be a little bit more responsible. But at the end of the day, and I heard Michael talking about this, yes, Cohen's sitting on $23 billion, but he's losing money every year with the Mets because he doesn't get to tap into their television because that's still owned by Wilpon. And the amount of money that they have in their payroll already invested and the money they ate on Verlander and Scherzer and all that is cutting into their profit on the Mets side. He can dip into his billions that have nothing to do with the baseball. But is that good business, Alan? That the only way I can keep my team solvent is if I keep dipping into my own money?
Isn't that, I mean, the Dodgers do it.
Well,
that's
the Dodgers,
how they're doing it. It doesn't matter if it's your toy. Anybody like you,
but you're
like,
right.
Guys who have like they buy like an old car, and they work on it. They buy all the parts for it, and they refurbish the whole thing. It's beautiful, and then maybe they want to sell it at an auction. But that's just like it's
right.
just for fun.
All right, but the Guggenheim Group decides, I don't care. I don't care.
No.
We just want to win.
Because they want to have a winning product, which is good for business, and that's all they care about.
So if I'm an owner, if I have a business, right, and I'm sitting on as many billions of dollars as you are,
yeah.
So now the only way to be competitive is now I've got to dig deeper into my billions. What would be so wrong with just, hey, I'd like my baseball team to make money and then use that money to make my team better. That's the way it was in the old days. The reason the Yankees were able to outspend everybody because they ran the team better. They outdrew everybody else. They outrated everybody else. So they deserved it. Now it's not about that. Now we do know the Dodgers are immensely popular, so I'm not saying the Dodgers are not drawing and are not run well. They're run very well. But they're able to grab all of these players because of the billions they're sitting on. And so the only way that I can compete now is I got to dip into my billions? And I'm a bad guy if I don't?
Right. Well, that's the Yankee thing, because that's why everybody's mad at Hal Steinbrenner, because that is a relative mom and pop in comparison to the Dodgers and Cohen, and they are. That's why they're saying there's a line for us now, and fans get mad at it. But that's a reality.
But even the Steinbrenners, as wealthy as the Yankees are, as rich, and the Yankees would sell for more money than the Dodgers. But that's where Steinbrenner is a billionaire because of that.
Right.
These other guys are sitting on billions of dollars from other things that they did. Had nothing to do with their baseball. So at least back in the day when you were the evil empire, you were the evil empire because you were that much better than everybody else. And you had bigger muscles and you liked to flex. Now it's like there's a little guy behind the curtain that's pumping up the air into your muscles. Like you really don't have them, but it makes it look like you do. Like, and look at me, I got my muscles. Well, you don't really, because your team's not drawing, your team's not making any money, but yet you still have a $300 million payroll because you're sitting on billions and billions of dollars. And then these other and I know we don't care about the Colorados and the Floridas. Oh, get rid of them if we don't need them. But they're all looking like, hello, am I even in this league?
No, that's why it's just completely. Again, this in a year, this will dominate our conversations. I can't imagine it's going to be very entertaining, but it's a real thing that's coming. We'll look back on days like this, of course, but all I care about right now out of the gate is, number one of the biggest fishes left is Bellinger, and it's the one player the Yankees are still trying to bring back. And clearly, if he was happy with what the Yankees were offering, he probably would have stayed, but he's not. And I'm now worried about a rogue owner who's looked at his GM and says that the hell with this run prevention crap. I need to get some stars in here. and we'll see what happens there. So to me, this might be the release the hounds moment finally of the baseball offseason. A day like this where Tucker goes to a place that you didn't expect, and then Bichette gets yanked away from one rival to another, and now Bellinger's sitting there to be had. Peter's got the gold chain, the black out. Like, you've got a look today, my man.
Yeah, there's a definite look.
What are we going for today? You got something later?
Podcast background. You know what I mean? The little,
that's the podcast paneling. Yep.
Big podcast background energy right there.
Love that.
Well, Natalie and I are going out to a little tonight. Natalie's getting the real celebration because, Maya didn't care about 1 year, but I need to celebrate my wonderful bride for making it 1 year as mom. So got to take her out on the town tonight. You know what I mean?
It's a good call. That's a very good call. Who's watching Maya?
Our babysitter Angie hasn't, we'll be excited to see her for her birthday, so they'll get a little QT. I mean, we're not doing anything crazy. Just go to one of Natalie's favorite restaurants, have some sushi, and hang out.
But
that's excellent.
But
Angie's got a song.
You look like somebody, though.
Yeah.
Do I look like the picture of The Rock wearing the shirt and the chains
The Rock with
and
the fanny pack?
No, I was thinking. It finally came to me.
What is it?
Okay.
Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
Not The Rock. Marcellus Wallace.
Marcellus. You're going to feel this thing called pride.
Yeah. You fight through that.
I'm pretty far
through that.
from all right.
You know how crazy, you know how real it is that Marcellus's character has the Band-Aid on the back of his head from the razor bumps?
No, that's where you missed the whole point of the movie.
So why does he have is it from when?
That's where they took his soul out, and his soul's in the briefcase. That's the word on the street.
So they use it as you're supposed to think it's just a little razor bump thing he's covering up on the back of his head, but really, that's the soul. That's
where the soul exited.
Who took his soul?
Well, that's up for interpretation, right? He tried. I guess he tried. I guess they tried to. It was taken by the guy.
I'm not ready for this today.
I know, but no, it's big, right? It's.
I'm blown.
What's your? We got to go to break. What's your favorite storyline in Pulp Fiction? If you had to follow just one of the stories the whole time.
It's so good. Such a great question.
It is.
Thank
a great
you.
question,
I think it's great
there's
too.
Just so many ways to go.
Because
you're excited when it switches stories every time. Like, all right, cool, we're back to this story.
Zed's dead, baby.
Can we all agree that the boxing one where Marcellus has his unfortunate moment within the gimp and everything else, right?
Yeah,
that had the best ending. That was the worst of it because his girlfriend was so irritating.
That's the thing.
And it almost ruined that whole part of it. But then it had an ending. When he kicked open the door, you were not expecting that to be going on.
Right.
It's like wrestling. It's a great surprise.
You did not think
face turn. Yeah.
that Zed and his buddy were into that. All right? You thought they were making meth or something.
And by the same token, and then when Marcellus comes back and saves – when Bruce Willis comes back and saves Marcellus, that is also so satisfying as a viewer – that it's got a lot, but you do have to live with the girlfriend.
But her overdose, I think, is probably the best.
The overdose may be the best storyline. I think so, too.
Yeah. Uma's terrific in it. And
I didn't know you and Uma were on a first-name basis.
Yeah. We all are, aren't we?
Well, should I have gone Thurman? Or full name?
Could have done that, too.
Because I figure when you say Uma, it's not quite Cher or Madonna, but she could get away with just nobody else.
She's the only Uma I know.
Yeah, seriously, how many Umas do you know to begin with?
So I just think that the first name was why I went there. But listen, there's a lot on the table.
There is. I have pick anxiety today.
Well, because the lines are moving. It's almost as if Vegas is messing with us. And I think all these games are compelling. Because you do get rid of the riffraff in the wild card weekend, and there wasn't much riffraff to get rid of, because Carolina was considered riffraff, and they almost won the damn game.
Yeah, not quite riffraff.
I guess the Chargers. So you got now it's on, right? I mean, these are all really good games. They could all go either way, and my bold statement would be: I think you could make a case for every single one of these teams winning a title. It's on the table. All these teams could win. And that's all you're ever looking for, right? So if we get anything near what we got in the wild card weekend, we're talking about maybe one of the greatest playoffs of all time. Because once you get to the championship game and the Super Bowl, man, we're down to just 3 games.
Yeah, I'm down for that,
so
too.
I'm looking forward to that. A lot of stuff happened with the Rangers today. I know it's a big baseball and football day, but, the Rangers basically said they're blowing it up without saying they're blowing it up.
We had another letter.
Yeah. Another letter.
Another letter. And
Molly Walker's reporting that Artemi Panarin has been told he is not being renewed by the team. So basically, with where they are, he's going to get traded. There's little or no question about that. We've got Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30.
Bet your ace.
We've got ENN at 6. And we're full frontal today. We're taking you right until 7 o'clock.
Good.
And let's not mention the Knicks at all.
Well, it's...
No,
they'll get mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if you want to beat them up. Second of back-to-backs, no Brunson. They hung in the game.
There's some stuff that happened. There's some stuff that happened last night that...
Or this morning, no matter how you look at it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
No, it was a late one. So we've got lots to do. That was nothing from the Islanders in Edmonton as they stopped Connor McDavid's point streak
Vezina.
and shut him out. So a lot going on in the world of sports, and it's all about you. 1-800-919-3776. We're just getting started. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on a Friday on ESPN New York.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me, just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Mulberry to the net. Score! The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey, or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat, score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon and happy Friday, but already not a happy ride out there on the roads. Lots of extra company, people heading out early for the long holiday weekend. Inbound George going to run you about 20 to 25 for the upper deck. Lower level, about a 15 to 20-minute wait. Heading over to the outbound side, best of it right now, Henry Hudson, that's about it. Cross Bronx westbound, packed from the Bruckner on through. Outbound Lincoln already about 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn already 20 to 30. Slow go on the Northern State westbound in Nassau County. A crash in the right lane by IU Willits. Backed up onto the northbound Meadowbrook. 46 westbound at a standstill in Jersey. Roadwork has you down to one lane by 17 in Hasbrook Heights. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Chris Stapleton's All-American Road Show. August 26th at Northwell at Jones Beach Theater with special guest Carter Faith. Chris Stapleton's All-American Road Show. On sale now at livenation.com, part of the Cadillac Tri-State Concert Series.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and every day 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
You know what I love about Fridays?
What's that?
When we get to do remote, is it allows me to then dive into the chat pool on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
which I really it's fun to like just take a day and just talk some ish, just get after it with people. I like to spar. I like to throw hands verbally. It's fun. So it's already starting. Got called a fanboy.
You got called a fanboy for what?
Which
opinion?
I thought was funny because I'm apparently one guy. And it's again, we're just talking ish. It was the idea that I'm mad because the Mets now can spend like the Yankees, and I'm mad, and I'm I find it funny, but I understand it because people that fan that way, and will listen to other shows or stations that have fanboy hosts who act like that. They assume we all are like that. Man, I don't give a rip what the Mets do as long as it's good for our business.
Well, but never mind that. It's an odd flex, right? Like I brought this up before. Football, basketball, hockey. It's about let's bring in competent ownership. Let's bring in competent general manager, head coach so that we could win. And then when you win, you could flex like in Philadelphia. Well, they have the brightest general manager in the NFL. That's why they win.
Yep.
Kansas City's got the best coach in football. That's why they win. The Giants just got one of the best coaches in football, and that's going to turn things around. But in baseball, it's I have a rich owner. My owner's richer than yours.
True.
Ha ha. Like that's a strange flex, right? Is that something to be prideful in? Is like the Mets were able to turn it around not because they all of a sudden got competent, not all of a sudden because they learned baseball. It's I finally have an owner that has sitting on $23 billion. So ha ha to you. That just seems like a strange flex to me. Like the Yankees were able to flex because, we're the best team in baseball. And people want to play for us. And we win a bunch of championships and we make more money than you because we're more popular than you. That's a better flex, isn't it? Than, I just happen to have an owner that's sitting on a bunch of hedge fund money and that's why I'm better than you. I want to get back to being better because I'm smarter. Because I understand the game more. Because I've acquired better players, not bought better players. And listen, and I'm a Met fan. But I would rather go back to it being about the sport rather than it being about money. But that's all it is with baseball, right? That's always the complaint. Yankees don't spend enough money. Mets finally have an owner that can spend money. instead of, I don't know what. Yeah, and I do give the Yankee fans credit that rip Brian Cashman because at least that's a baseball rip.
Yes.
When you start talking about Hal being cheap, that's not a baseball rip.
Correct.
That's a money rip.
Correct.
But saying Brian Cashman needs to do better, well, now we're talking about baseball. Now we're talking about the competency of your general manager, not how fat his checkbook is.
But I also think, though, that was the narrative when Cohen took over. And that's what we've been kind of waiting for. Not being, again, this is not a whole Yankee versus Mets thing, but it is true. If you just removed me from the fan part of it, of which team I like better, right?
Right.
Like Peter, who doesn't care about either team.
No.
Peter's the one that would probably have the most, the most unbiased take here, saying, we are still waiting to see him flex and throw money around and actually do what we thought he was going to do when he first got here, where he's just what the Dodgers are doing to take on the Dodgers.
That's essentially what I was saying. Is like I just haven't been overall impressed by any of this. It's mushy middle. Like they're not spending everything, and they're also not playing any version of small ball or a money ball. They're just sort of like, yeah, we take some big swings, but then we lay out, and then we kind of chase afterwards. They just haven't found their identity.
Yeah, it is. But yet still, because of the buyouts of Verlander and Scherzer, they still had a higher payroll last year than the Dodgers did. Now, that's certainly going to change this year with the amount of money the Dodgers are spending, but still you're talking about one of the top payrolls.
Well, that was what? That was like $30 million for each of those guys for nothing?
Yeah. But he was able that was smart. Like I'm not happy with these contracts. I'm going to buy them out. Not
that's
all
how you
teams
also
can do
use
that.
your money.
Had to get out.
Look,
Yeah.
a year ago, he took Soto from the Yankees, and that was the first flex, right? But that's pretty. I mean, it's again a massive contract, massive win, but that's kind of it. It's still the Dodgers owning everybody. It's still the Dodgers are the big bank, and we weren't expecting that. We thought that Cohen and his billions would vault the Mets into competition for all the best players. And maybe are we really just going to say the weather's better in L.A. and that's why no one wants to come to Queens?
That could be a part of it.
Is
that
that
could be a part
it,
of
though?
it? Or just the fact that, hey, the Dodgers win and you don't. Because even when the Dodgers didn't win a
They were
championship.
just in the NLCS 2 years ago against the Dodgers and gave the Dodgers a run.
Right, but only twice in the history of their franchise have they gone to playoffs back-to-back years. Listen, I'm a Met fan.
I'm sorry,
but I'm just telling you.
Tell me again about that long run of Dodger championships in
No,
this,
but you know what? A ton of World Series appearances, and the weather is something. And you know what? As big a Met fan as I am, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers, that they may not be the Yankees, but they're close. All right? They're the Los Angeles Dodgers. Chavez Ravine, L.A., baby. There's a draw to that. It's certainly a draw for the Japanese players and the Asian players because L.A.'s a little bit closer, and the weather's gorgeous. And you know what? You also don't have a fan base that's going to rip you when you strike out 4 times. Because half of them didn't show up till the 4th inning, and most of them left in the 7th.
They hear about it.
No,
but I get
not like in New York.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, what is it that's missing?
Again, conspiracy theory. There was a lot of people up in the air of keeping Steve Cohen out of baseball because he was so rich.
Yeah.
Was something said to him like, you better be cool, man. We'll let you in, but you better play ball. You better not all of a sudden start throwing $500 million contracts out. Is it possible? I don't know. Dodgers don't seem to care. Back in the day, the Yankees didn't seem to care.
You know who does care? The people.
The fans.
Look at how many. We're jam-packed.
Let's do
right
it.
now.
Let's do it. 1-800-919-3776. Caesar in Huntington. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Off the chat. Caesar. My Huntington guy.
Hey, what's going on,
What's
guys?
up, brother?
Great seeing you guys at the holiday party. What's
Yes,
going
sir.
on? All right, so days like today is why Yankee fans are hated, okay? Guys want Hal to sell the team, Cashman take it behind the bar. The Yankees are not spending like drunken sailors anymore. Can the breaking news go out to everyone?
Yeah, that's true.
Let other teams overpay. Yeah, let other teams overpay. I mean, the salary to Kyle Tucker is just outrageous. Is he worth that much? Is Bo Bichette worth that much? I guess the Mets are under the impression they're going to win the World Series in 3 years. I'm okay with all of that. So let them spend. I think the Yankees are in play for Scooble, and that's probably why they're being a little, cautious. I think, with the lockout looming, Yes, it's just something that, because you're going to have a lot of competition for Scooble, let's be honest. And I think the Yankees are willing to, break the bank for him. And if they don't, then I might get a little upset. But until
also,
then, fellas, it's always a pleasure.
I love it,
Yes,
Caesar. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you out on Long Island. But what did the Yankees actually need? I mean, went to the World Series 2 years ago. They tied the Blue Jays for the best record in the division. Now, granted, they can improve. There's no question. But we're not talking about a 100-loss team last year. We're talking about a 93-win team that's going to get Cole back, going to have a really good rotation. So it's not like the Mets who won 83 games and clearly needed a facelift. Like, the Yankee fans could feel pretty good that they don't have a ton of needs.
They just have to get healthy. Their need is health, especially when it comes to the starting pitching, which by June you hope will be intact, right? At least by June, for the most part, will be intact. But it's still, the Bellinger thing is still important because it goes down. You go down and peg again. Those two young guys.
If they lose Bellinger,
that's going to hurt them.
But I've got a question for Peter when we come back. And we got to get to these calls because the phones are blowing up at 1-800-919-3776.
Big Friday.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 on ESPN New York.
The St. John's Red Storm head to Philly to face Big East rival Villanova. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. You can take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it. Only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday night at 6:30 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Well, I had a question for Peter, but Peter says he has something. What do you have, Peter?
Now the New York Post has jumped in on the Peter Rosenberg, Michael Kay beef.
Well, you asked.
Don, we did it. We successfully did it. This was written today, just a couple hours ago. Michael Kay's beef with former ESPN radio co-host Peter Rosenberg turns ugly is the headline.
Mm-hmm.
Throw away all of those good times and laughs. Michael Kay is done. The voice of the Yankees fired off a wild text message to his former radio co-host Peter Rosenberg, which included him telling him, "You're dead to me," Rosenberg revealed on Don Hahn and Rosenberg this week. Oh, look, they mentioned the name of our show in the paper, guys.
That's good.
It's only taken a year.
Former K show?
Known as the former K show. The apparent issue between the two, according to Don LaGreca, is because of a compliment Rosenberg gave someone else.
I love how you always get blamed for everything.
Wait. How, according to me, according to Michael.
Exactly.
I mean, this is not any kind of secret. Like, I didn't do any digging and found out the real reason Michael Kay is mad is because of what you said. He told you why.
Rosenberg told Joe Tessitore that he's a fantastic facilitator from a media
perspective. A lot of pub off this.
He's the true winner in this,
right? He's winning.
Is Joe Tess?
Yeah.
We should have him on.
Cause even more trouble.
Anyways, all right. So, what question do you have for me, Donald?
Quickly before we get back to the phone calls, like, you know, if it's all about the flex, right? And if Cohen's got all this money. And you know, all the talk, remember when they got Juan Soto, you know, winning back the town or whatever. Yankee fans would have a meltdown if the Mets got Bellinger. Like, wouldn't it be almost worth it to Cohen to just say, you know what? Listen, I'm losing money anyway. Let's go sign Bellinger and let's just have some fun.
Give him 7 years.
Now, I honestly, I think it would come at the expense of David Stern's life. Like, not his job. I think he would probably have an aneurysm.
Out. What do we do?
He might
he's a good
resign.
defender.
Because you can't give him 7 years. It's ridiculous.
But at least he can. He's good in the field.
And now you know why these players are going for term, because they see the writing on the wall about a possible work stoppage. So they all give me 7 years, so I know I'm going to get mine.
There you go.
But now, you know, then the Yankees are actually being very intelligent during this whole thing. because they don't know what the landscape's going to look like. They know they're still a good team anyway, and they're trying to be responsible with Bellinger. But there's always some irresponsible owner. But even with Bellinger, it doesn't look like anybody's going to give him 7. But, Peter, would you be vindictive like that if you were sitting on that kind of money and just say, I want to stir it up. I want to see the Yankee fans have a meltdown. Let's take another player from the Yankees. Who cares what it costs? What would you do?
Well, to me, my problem is if that is your mentality, that's a worrisome mentality to have.
Why?
If it's a priority.
As a human, yes. As a baseball owner, no.
No. If that's a bigger priority than just thinking about what are the best things we can do to put together a winning club. If that's your top priority, that's a problem to me.
But
I'm like,
I get it. I get what you're saying,
it's
but it's
a
not like
bonus
he's a bad
when you
player.
can spur the Yankees. It's a bonus, but it's not like the be-all, end-all.
But the interesting thing is to me, and this is what Yankee fans are saying about their team, like, what do we got to lose? International money? Draft position? Be damned with that. I just want to get the best player. Like, if Cohen did that, it would be vindictive. It would probably be a little silly. But at the end of the day, he's still getting a great player. He fills a need. It is a business after all.
And by the way,
you are competing with the Yankees for dollar in the town.
Bellinger makes more sense than Bichette does.
I believe so.
He could play first. He could play left, and he can hit. He's actually
older,
what you
still.
need.
But I hear what you're saying, Peter. But like at the end of the day, is what does it really cost you? It's money, but now we don't know what the landscape's going to look like at the beginning of 2027. Will there be a cap? What the cap's going to be? And also, people who think the cap's going to be north of $300 million, what does that do? It's going to probably be a lot lower than that because if you base it on revenue, that's the scary thing, Alan. If you base it on revenue, the cap might look ridiculously embarrassing.
Oh, that's a real thing too. When you go because that's usually how they do it, right? Is they base it off of the revenue, and you have to share it. Is it 51-49, whatever it is, 50-50? But no, actually, you also have to think though that in a couple of years from now, 300 won't be enough. It's going to have to be higher, just based on the fact that every year
based on the
go
revenue.
up. Yeah,
and because if the sport is doing well, and this was always the concept, this used to always bother people like Larry Brooks. It was like that they're partners. But that's what a salary cap does, right? Is that everybody's invested on having that cap go up. And how does it go up? It goes up with revenue and coming up with interesting ideas and getting people more interested in the sport because now they're partners in trying to drive revenue because the more they drive revenue, everybody wins in a cap sport. But a lot of the players are like, I don't want to bother with that. I want to get mine. And in a sport where all the money's always been guaranteed. God bless him. Brooksy was always hardcore union side. Oh, without question.
He never relented, man.
But
he always was against the owners. He was always pro-union.
I mean, and I think people in general
it's hard
like
to be
that.
for the owners.
What's that?
I said it's hard to be for the owners.
It's
like,
right.
Of
but
course,
now
yeah.
you're starting to see the pendulum swing, Peter, because with this money is getting so outrageous. Even people are like, "This damn right." That's a lot of money. So I do think that the court of public opinion, the players are taking a bit of a hit with some of these contracts. But let's hear from you. A lot of people chomping at the bit to talk about this at 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to John in Hoboken. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, John?
Hi. Again, maybe it's perceived as a more pro-union stance, but the problem is not the salaries with the players that they're getting. It's what the market bears by the owners that can pay it. The problem is that they need to actually look at the ownership structure in these sports. The valuations belie the fact that they're actually losing money. You got money waiting to pour into these and willing to pour money into these franchises. So what needs to happen is they actually need to rationalize the ownership across baseball. If these small market teams with family-owned businesses can't compete anymore, they need to sell and get out. It would be as if somehow we were saying that, I live in a small town and we shouldn't let Amazon come in or we shouldn't let Whole Foods come in and compete with a local mom and pop grocery store. It's like if you really want to grow the sport, get all of these Saudi wealth funds and other companies that want to come in and put money in. That's the way you grow your sport. There's a limited amount of ideas you can do with the actual game rules to grow the sport. You put more money, you make it more competitive across all these markets, and I think that's the way you grow the sport.
But the problem we're having here, John, it's not even about small market, big market. It's about how many people have the generational wealth the way Steve Cohen does, the way the Guggenheim Group does. Right? So Pittsburgh, I'm sorry, Pittsburgh should be able to compete. They compete in hockey. They compete in football.
Don, again, and I don't want to go deep in the weeds on this,
No,
but baseball-related income is the only way. It's not how much money the owner has.
Right.
Remember, I've told this story a million times. Denver, the Denver Nuggets won the NBA title. They are owned by one of the richest men in the world, right? And Stan Kroenke, right? And he owns the Rams. He's won championships in almost, I think, in every league in the last 10 years. And he got revenue. And Donnie, he got revenue sharing that year. And there were owners that were like, what the hell is this? Why are we giving this guy money? He's got more money than we do. But because his market has the designation that they could get it, he took money from other billionaires and won a championship. So it's only based on not your wallet, but baseball-related income. That's it, collectively.
Yeah, but there's only so many Steve Cohens out there that are willing to buy baseball teams.
The math isn't going to make sense. You understand? We're going to, when we get to that in 2 years, God help us, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind.
Right,
and you've already said it, because of the regionals are failing. The sport is only thriving because some owners have tons of money and they're investing their own money in it. That stops when you get a cap.
All right, we got tons of calls to get to. We got the football to get to. We've got Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. We got ENN at 6. We're jam-packed, taking up until 7 o'clock, and then it's Ty Butler on ESPN New York.
All the way over Barzell, score!
New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments, with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Avatar Fire and Ash has arrived.
I am the fire!
Get your 3D tickets now for the greatest chapter of the biggest saga in history.
Whatever happens, protect his family.
Critics rave it's by far the best Avatar movie.
If your father and I do not return, you go as far and as fast as you can.
Movies don't get any bigger than this. Avatar Fire and Ash, rated PG-13, now playing
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys,
it's Tully time.
You know it, man. And tonight, big local night. The Nets host the Bulls at 7:30. That's all I got.
Love my Tully.
That's it.
Wait, that's it?
Capstraw, right?
Yeah,
Great.
let's shout him out. I'm glad you said it.
Because his 2000th game the other night. I thought that was awesome. They got a great broadcast over them. I mean, the team stinks. But they've got a great No, honestly,
Tim Capstraw is one of the classiest guys in the business, too.
You know, because Carino and Capstraw are so good.
Very.
Like, listen, I'm no huge basketball fan, and I'm not going to say that I care that much about the Nets. But I was in the car coming back from the Devil game the other night, and they were in New Orleans, so their game started an hour after ours did. And I was listening to their post game. They're taking tweets. And that's when I found out that he had done his 2000th game. That's awesome.
By the way,
he's
not just his 2000th.
You all right there, buddy?
No.
1000th?
1000th. It's like you get stung by a bee, and all of a sudden, like everything starts to swell. Anyway, it's apparently 2,000 consecutive.
That's not
goes back
either.
to 2002.
2,000 consecutive.
Can you imagine? He has never missed a game. That's some Iron Man right there. Like, seriously, that's crazy.
No, he's terrific, and I bet you Carino hasn't missed many unless he's had conflicts.
Here comes Pusick, because Carino, of course, a Fordham guy.
Nothing.
You know? No? Well,
and he would have said something if his streak went back to the 90s. Then he would have said something, but it was only 2002.
That's right. He's not going to get mad.
So he laid out. But
that wasn't that long ago.
Congrats, though. And he's such a great guy, but a fantastic analyst.
Yeah.
And, he had some good – again, he started out talking about back-to-back finals. Like, he had some good stuff, but there's been some it's been some tough ones, too.
But I got to tell you, and I do listen quite a bit in the car. There's still enthusiasm. Like, you can understand there'd be frustration.
Passion
but you
for the
listen
game.
to it, it sounds like you would, if you didn't know any better, you would think that that's one of the biggest games of the night, because they're so good at what they do. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. I just threw it out there as not as a goof, but I didn't put a lot of thought behind it of any of these teams in the divisional round could win a championship. But if you had to rank them, would there be that much of a difference between the top spot and the bottom spot of the teams that are going to be playing this weekend?
I still feel like the Rams would be your number one, like, power ranked.
Okay, so that's a good.
That's fun.
But I think your number two is a bigger debate than your number one.
All right, so I think we'd all agree. I think I agree with Alan. Do you agree, Peter? That right now it feels like if you were to rank one, if you were to rank the teams remaining, so it'd be 1 through 8.
The Rams are 1. The Rams are 1, I think, because of the experience in this particular tournament. Probably.
So who's 8?
Sure.
If we can all agree the Rams are 1, who's 8?
The Texans. Texans are 8.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And honestly, the Bills might be 7.
Okay. Whoa.
That doesn't mean I can't see them winning. But I'm saying we're ranking teams.
Now, again, don't. I think it's wrong to look at who they're playing.
Oh no, sorry, San Francisco now minus the weapons they're down.
With everybody that's banged up, I would probably
San Francisco.
I'm Denver is as great as their defense is. I still, as a number 1 seed, I don't know if I'd put them in the top.
All right,
top half.
But so you would put the Niners at 8, or you're saying the Niners would be 7? You'd still have the Texans at 8.
I'm giving Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy not last distinction.
All right,
give me the Texans last at 8. Give me the 49ers at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Give me
Denver or New England.
I have Buffalo, man. They just lost another receiver. Like, I would love the story, and I could see them doing it.
Don't they have the best player left?
They do. They have the best player left, but this is
you agree or disagree?
Man.
They have the best player left. They do have the best player
left. It's the two
left.
teams playing each other or New England. Those are the three options for me at 6.
But
because I think they'll all be in a row after that.
They might have the worst coach left.
Yeah, that too.
So
I think they do.
If you say Allen's the best player, I could say McDermott's the worst coach. That kind of balances that out. But all right, but here's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
So if we all agree the Rams are 1 and the Texans are 8, if they played on a neutral site, what's the number?
Rams minus 4.5, 3.5.
So think about that. And I would probably say maybe 3.5, 4. Think about that.
That's a good tournament.
There's 8 teams left in the divisional round, and if one played 8 in a neutral site, it might be the Rams 3.5 or 4-point favorite.
Yeah.
Like that's how close.
Not 10.5 like we had last weekend. Yeah.
Because I agree with you that the Texans are probably 8, but they might have outside of Denver the best defense. All right, their quarterback is no slouch. Their coach is no slouch. Now that you might not be able to wrap your mind around them winning a championship, but but that's how close it is, though, guys.
But with the 49ers, now as beat as they are, if the 49ers somehow squeak their way by on a neutral site, maybe their line would be worse. But the thing is, against who? Who would get the big number against them from the AFC? The Patriots? Would the Patriots be a 4-point favorite against the 49ers? This version of the 49ers in a Super Bowl? Maybe.
And that's only because of Kittle getting hurt. If Kittle were healthy.
We're not feeling that way. But remember, the reason I brought that up, though.
There's the Niners,
there's a lot. But the reason I bring it up, though, Alan, is because Don's right, that the potential Super Bowl combos are all really tight. But yet, we do have a 7-point favorite this week in Seattle.
Yeah, which is why that's so tempting, which we'll get to.
Well, but again, that has to do with injuries. And it seems like all the money is going to San Francisco. That seems to be the case because they just can't believe that with Darnold not being 100% and his history in the postseason, that how can they be a touchdown favorite against the superior coach?
It's Denver minus 1.5 at home. It's the Seahawks minus 7 at home. It's the Pats minus 3 at home. And it's the Rams minus 4.5 on the road.
So think about I don't want to put Anthony any more work than he usually has on his plate.
Which is a lot.
But how often do you think a 1 seed coming off a bye is only a 1.5 favorite in their first playoff game?
Remember, they were dogs most of the week.
And they were dogs most of the week.
Because there's not a lot of faith in them. No?
Well, there's not a lot of faith. Why? Because their quarterback is
inexperienced, unproven.
But
they
their
have
defense
been in a lot
is
of
great.
games
They've
that
got
they
a
should have
distinct
lost.
And the public, and the public, because they have such a big fan base, an active fan base, I think, and the quarterback, the public loves Buffalo. So that's another piece.
You want to go on that too? Yeah, the Josh Allen bump. But
the Buffalo's a lovable team bump.
But let's also just Denver on their own. How many games this season did they have to pull out a win late?
Oh yeah,
were they losing double digits in certain? Both New York teams, they have given you enough reason this year to think that they're that team that. Remember that thing that bothered you, Peter, about Bill Barnwell about your team. Your team last year won a lot of close games, and that just doesn't happen.
It flips
year to
around
year.
the next year.
Denver this year not only won a lot of close games, they also had to come back. So maybe there's a little bit of lack of faith in them when it comes to playoff time, being able to do the same thing.
Here, and to Alan's point, they beat the Eagles in an absolute nail-biter, 21-17. They squeaked by the Jets 13-11. They beat the Giants, as we know, in a ridiculous comeback, 33-32. They beat the Texans. They beat the Texans in Houston 18-15. They squeaked by their division rival Raiders, who suck, 10-7 at home.
Ooh.
They beat the Chiefs 22-19. They went to overtime to beat the Commanders 27-26 on a failed 2-point conversion. They beat the Raiders 24-17. And that's basically it for the really close ones. But that's a lot. That's half the season.
Think about it. And they were they 12-win team, 13-win team, right? So think about how many games you're talking about that if it could have gone the other way. And that's Barnwell's whole formula when it comes to year, the teams that will regress.
14
the
and
ones
3.
that took advantage of it. 14, yeah.
Yeah, 14 and 3.
So, all right, so to finish the exercise, this is what I wrote down from us discussing, okay? The top seed we all agree on would be, overall now, if we made this a full tournament, not AFC, NFC, the Rams are the best team left. When we power rank, we're doing trust factor, right? So the Rams are our highest trust factor in a team that can get to the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it feels like then Seattle is the second highest trust
after
factor.
That.
That's what I mean. I think
I like
easy. The rest is hard. So let me just do it, and then you can argue. The Bears end up being the third highest trust factor. The Bears, with a very young quarterback with a new coach. The fourth would be Buffalo because, Peter, I put them 4, even though you were going to put them lower. But I just decided to put them at 4 because it's hard to say no. But very close. 5, New England. 6, Denver. 7, San Francisco, all banged up. And then 8 is Houston because while their defense is elite, their offense, as we know, is a little suspect. And they don't have Nico, and we know that CJ is a guy that will turn the ball over, and we saw him almost give the game away last week in Pittsburgh. It just shows you, number 1 is one we can all agree on. The rest of it, you could jumble them any way you want.
And also, I would not say Seattle. I would not rank Seattle that high.
Okay, who would go above them?
But here's the semantics of it. If you're ranking them, but you're giving Seattle the best shot to get to the championship game because of who they're matched up against in San Francisco, right? So that's plays
part of the trust
of it too.
Is the road, right? I trust that they could because they're going to be home in the next couple of games. So
personally, I think New England is better than Seattle.
Wow, and coaching wise, you have a little more experience in Vrabel, but they got a great coach in Seattle, man. They found something.
No, they did find something, but certainly New England has found something in their quarterback and how they play. Now, here are some stats that Anthony had sent me.
Okay.
If the Broncos had closed as a dog, and what's the number now? They're favored by 1.5.
Yeah, it flipped completely. I guess 3 full points.
It flipped dramatically.
It's 1.5 now.
They would be the second 1 seed to be a home dog. First time was in 2017. Against the Eagles were against the Falcons, but the Eagles won the game outright. Road favorites in the divisional round are 5-10 outright and against the spread, including 1-6 outright and against the spread in their last 7 instances.
Huh. So don't buy it.
So, listen, we're still old school guys, and Peter, even though you're younger, you still remember the days of when the 1 seed in the NFC was a beast. 84 Niners, 85 Bears, 86 Giants. Like they were going to be they weren't getting touched until the championship.
Yeah, those were legendary all-time teams usually.
And even in recent vintage, Tom Brady Patriots, a 1 seed. They're not losing in the divisional round.
Chiefs. Yeah.
Chiefs, they're not losing. They're not going to be a dog in Kansas City against a team that played wild card weekend. The parity is just incredible. Just think about again, I don't want to insult the guy, but it is what it is. Your 1 seeds are Sam Darnold and Bo Nix.
It's reality. That's what makes this. I'll give you guys this credit when you talked about the parity stuff and get the Chiefs out of here and all that stuff. And I love to have those legendary teams like Don's just referencing, right? Those obvious 1 seeds that can't get touched. This does make it way more intriguing because it is wide open. And now you want to see who is it that you don't expect that has like the performance that you weren't that you didn't think he could have. That's why Bo Nix, right? Can he do something and just enough because his defense can do it. All he has to do is just not mess it up. Could C.J. Stroud have all of a sudden just get on a run, get hot, as Don likes to say, get on it, on a toot. That's what makes this a little more interesting, but it's a lot harder to bet. A lot harder.
I saw a stat today because obviously the oldest quarterback in the playoffs right now is Stafford at 37.
Yeah.
So I think it's between Josh Allen and Sam Darnold for like second oldest. Bo Nix is a kid. Caleb Williams is a kid. Stroud's a kid.
May's a kid.
Right? Yeah, May's a kid. I think they're all kids that were drafted after 2020.
Purdy might be closer in age to Darnold and Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen and Darnold, the same draft class. But Purdy's still young in comparison.
So these are all kid
point.
Quarterbacks, kid coaches.
Yeah, who's the grizzled veteran coach here? Peyton.
Yeah, for
Shanahan
sure.
and Vrabel, right?
Yeah, but if you're looking for
McVay's
Grizzlies,
still young, but he's been around.
It's Peyton. Peyton's the guy, and maybe
Peyton
and maybe we should be factoring that in a little bit more when we talk about Denver.
I agree. When it's wide open like this, the coaching to me can push you, and maybe that's also part of the spreads here too.
Well, and also, what do we talk about with the Giants? Right, lack of coaching, all the close games they lost. Why do you think Denver wins all the close games? Because they've got a better coach most Sundays. Sean Payton's going to win the coaching matchup in most cases, so that's probably why. So you look at it as it devalues them, right? Look at all the close games they're in, games that we look at as they barely won. Well, maybe they won because they are superiorly coached, and when you take a look at the and you look at the game, you don't care how many points you win by unless you got a bet on it, and Denver's just trying to get to the championship game. So even if they win 3-0, they win the game, right? So
yeah, it makes it so compelling. It's funny too because like Mike McDonald, who's the terrific coach in Seattle,
and Doobie Brothers singer.
He actually is great on the road. Yet they're the top seed, so that won't factor. Like really, part of his success has been how good they are on the road.
God, that game. Again, San Francisco's so banged up. Would you be shocked if Seattle lost that game?
Yes.
Really? Really?
Yes. Come on.
Peter, would you be shocked?
It's stunning if they lose this. They've had 2 weeks.
They almost beat they beat the Eagles. Kittle was. When did he get hurt in that game?
Early.
I would
be relatively early.
Would I be stunned if San Francisco won? No. Again, because we go back
on the
to that
road.
Coach.
Wait, really?
We just go back to that coach conversation. This is a very good. They're just a very good, well-coached football team.
Shanahan and Saleh back together again.
And Shanahan manages to. He'll dial up things. He'll find things. We'll be hearing names over and over again that none of us even recognize. All
right. So, but would you say then part of the reason why Seattle loses is not just because McDonald gets outcoached by Shanahan, but because Sam Darnold is exposed?
Can't both be on the table, and Shanahan and Darnold's dealing with an oblique situation.
Yeah,
and he's never had a big playoff moment.
But don't you? I mean, that feels.
Brock
like
Purdy's kind of ice water.
Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah.
It's fascinating.
These are going to be fun, man.
It's going to be so much fun this week. It was fun last week, and if we get 4 classics, which is possible, we're talking about.
By the way,
one of the great postseason runs ever.
So Saturday, because the Knicks have a game Saturday night at the Garden, it's tough for me to be able to keep up, but I will do the best I can, right, watching those games.
I got a game too,
Sunday,
Devils Hurricanes.
Not only do I have nothing, but everybody's out of the house. The girls are off. They got sports. One's going one way, one's going the other. Honestly, that's nirvana. Me and the dogs.
Not that you don't love your family. But
of course
sure,
I do.
Fine.
But how rare is it that you could have that kind of an opportunity? Sit and just enjoy football and not even have to get dressed.
We
DoorDash?
We have not decided. I shouldn't say we. I have nothing to do with it. The Devils have not decided when they're leaving Sunday.
Oh, boy.
I think a lot depends on how they play Saturday night.
Oh, is this the big? This is the big road trip now.
Right. So we're flying to Calgary Sunday. Oh boy, Calgary, as they say up there.
Yeah.
But if they don't play well, or Sheldon feels they need to practice, we might leave a little later. But there's going to be football while I'm in the air, and everybody loves football. Dano loves football, so it's going to be a cool flight to Calgary because it's going to be everybody watching these games. It should be very cool.
Yeah, always fun.
So, the NFL is just great theater usually, but there is really no awful games. So we got our picks. They're coming up at 5:45, And it's really between Allen and Peter who's going to dress as a clown. But still, point allocation. Now, we need to straighten this part out too, guys, because we've been doing the 1 through 6. So are we going 6-5, 4-3?
No, 4 through 1.
Or we're taking 6 and 5 off the table.
Take 6 and 5
out. I would love to be able to do a 6-pointer.
Because that certainly affects things, because now it's harder to move, Peter. You're probably going to have to run the table, and you're going to have Allen to just completely melt down.
Well,
it's on the table.
I'd have to certainly hit a 4 this week, and Allen misses his 4. That would have to happen.
Now, here's another thing that we could have brought up at the meeting, but I'll bring it up now because I think the fans might be interested in this as well. Should we send Anthony our picks beforehand? Because we're going to, or do you want to just have Peter go first? But then Allen can play 4 corners.
But Allen can play 4.
And then, so do you want to avoid that by sending our picks ahead of time?
Sure.
So because Allen can end you, right? He knows he's not catching me anyway.
Every single one
of
his picks.
So he could just pick the same ones you do, and then season's over.
So you're removing strategy. I don't like this.
But it's not about strategy. It's about making picks. You want to do better than Peter.
Legitimate.
Not this is how I feel, not I'm just going to pick the same as Peter, I win. Yeah, that's a good strategy, but it completely spits in the face of why you do picks in the first place.
Right in the
vomits on it, if you will. Like a fly.
Just absolutely. Okay, tell you what.
Regurgitation.
No, you and Peter and myself are removed from this. This is Anthony Pusik's decision.
Okay. Anthony, do the right thing.
Anthony?
Listen, you can send me
thing.
you can send me the picks in a text, but Peter looks at the spreads during that break. So there's a very finite amount of time
He's calling you out.
to be able to make this happen.
Peter, your thoughts on this attack.
No, it would be one thing if he did this week 17, but he knows that in the playoffs
that me and him are the only ones who've been talking about spreads for the last 3 days.
Yeah, he knows I'm actually paying attention, and I went 5-1 last week, and it was a little disrespectful.
5-1 was a good move by you. Don, here's the only thing I'm saying, is that you are big on the regular season has to matter for something, right?
Yeah.
In sports?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what good is it that I am in second place if I can't use second place to my benefit? Otherwise, who cares?
But and listen, I trust
my mild success over Peter, and I mean it is mild success,
and I do
should
trust
benefit
you.
me some way.
I do trust, but still, look at me.
I'm looking right at you.
Are you gonna play
man.
4? Would you play 4 corners, or would you just make the picks you believe are the right picks? You're not looking at me.
The 4.
He won't look you in the eye.
The 4-pointer, I might have to be careful with.
See, I don't want that. Peter, that's not in the spirit of competition, is it?
My coach, my high school coach, God rest his soul, Gus Alfieri, won a state championship because there was no shot clock. Playing against a team that had way better athletes, and the state championship was won because we would score a basket, or they would score a basket, and then we would hold the ball, and then we would score. And every time we got to stop, it was like a huge victory because what would you do? Hold the ball some more.
No, I get that. That's how Villanova
and the final
beat Georgetown.
score was like in the 20s, but it doesn't matter.
But you still had to hit you still had to come up with the occasional stop.
Oh yeah.
And you still had to make your shots.
Right. But the strategy
but you
was
just picking
what
Peter picked, that's no fun. None.
No.
No matter of fact, no. You know what? I'm going to be that
fun.
guy. Hey, I told Peter to get up the other day. Do I regret it? Yes. Would I do it again? Yes.
See? They
right?
can both be true.
They could both be true. We're sending the picks. We're sending the picks before 5:45.
No,
you are not the arbiter.
No,
when we have Fraud Friday, you are.
It's Don Hunter Rosenberg. I'm going to be that guy.
No,
I'm going to be that guy.
You can't be that guy because then I will say I'm out.
But Don is
can't
that
rule.
guy.
This is Anthony making the rule. We are the competitors. Anthony decides.
Yeah, but didn't Don already be? Isn't it over? Didn't Don already win?
I don't care.
Don can make his picks now. Don doesn't have to make picks.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I just think in the spirit of the clown shoes, you can't play 4 corners.
Yes, you can. Otherwise, what does the regular season matter, Don? What does it matter?
Later in previous iterations of this show, that is now being talked about on every media platform as being broken up by Michael and Peter. That
well, now Don and I have beef.
Once we got to this point in the season, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
picks were sent to Andrew, picks were sent to me. So this is not a new phenomenon. Now, why didn't we do it? Now, again, we didn't do Pick 'em All. This is a new show.
Right.
We didn't in Pick 'em All. No one's sending me 6 picks. Now we're down to 4. A lot easier to send picks. And Allen still has a pretty sizable lead.
Here's the thing, Peter. I don't think he's got the guts to do it.
To do what? Tap out?
Just pick your pick. He wouldn't do that. He's not that kind of guy.
I don't think he would either, but why are we fighting against it then? Let's just do what we got to do.
Because I think he's just being that guy.
Oh,
that whole time I asked him to look at me.
That's Thursday.
He's staring me down right now. When I asked him to look at me before, he wouldn't look at me. Send the picks. By 5:45, if your picks aren't in, you forfeit them.
Wow, okay, that's true.
And if you stray from your pick,
forfeit then.
If you stray from your pick that was text to Anthony, you forfeit that pick. And that's what we're going to do.
Again,
not even voting on.
What?
That's it. Done.
All of a sudden, you are just deciding that this is now a monarchy.
Well,
I don't understand this.
Because sometimes with true leadership, when
true
you
leadership,
feel like it's down to doing the right thing or the wrong thing.
If I could be honest,
you don't put it to a vote.
If I could share something that I was going to keep to myself.
Go ahead. Look at me.
Kay told me you would do this.
Yeah, because I didn't. But here's the thing.
Kay told me
would do it. I'm saying you wouldn't do it. Kay would do it. That's how I came up with the idea.
Peter, do you remember the last time that this happened where we said we should send picks? I think it was Don who just announced all his picks at that moment at 3:30.
Yeah, I think
Jacob's telling me yep in my ear, so I think that's what happened.
Can I tell you guys something? The thing about picks is Don went 6-0 last week. I went 5-1. And if you had played those, I would have recommended you play them on FanDuel.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good
Where
place.
they're turning on playoff mode right now. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boost means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. Take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. You guys know what I like. You know what I like. But you go the way you like, all right? And then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 and over, physically present in New York, option required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Fraud Alert Friday is
go.
next. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The St. John's Red Storm head to Philly to face Big East rival Villanova. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Find out what you need and get projects done from the brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. Temperatures dropped and the snow set up so groomers can dig into that deep base on our ski trails that have very strong coverage from all the snowmaking this winter. So we ski groomed, loose, and frozen granular for the 3-day weekend, and there was fresh snow up north Thursday in the Adirondacks, at Whiteface in Vermont, at Stratton, Killington, and Smuggler's Notch. Camelback in the Poconos, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, both on 39 trails. They have plenty of snow tubing, too. Mount Peter and Thunder Ridge, both 75% day and night. Conditions improve with each cold night of snowmaking and grooming. Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk, all 100% in Connecticut. They're going day and night, and so's Jiminy Peak in the Berkshires on 32 slopes. Ski Butternut, 21 trails plus snow tubing. Killington and Smuggler's Notch got 4 inches of fresh snow Thursday. It's packed powder on a fast, firm base.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. No easy way to get around right now, and especially tough on the westbound LIE. First in Nassau County, a big accident right before Glen Cove Road. Only the right lane is getting by. You're jammed there from Jericho Turnpike. After that, shut down on the westbound side with a big collision by Maurice Avenue in Queens. Traffic is stopped there from the Van Wyck. Long line of brake lights on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore, backing up across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. Only easy ride to the outbound George Henry Hudson, and that's a bit slow. West Side Highway northbound, packed from the 50s on up. Inbound George, about 20 to 30 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels are only a half hour each. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGreca.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
Ah, beautiful. Welcome to what we like to call Fraud Alert Friday, brought to you by D'Agostino Law. Am I right? Huh?
Can you sing the song?
All right, you guys want to jump right into it?
I want you to sing the song first.
D'Agostino Law.
D'Agostino.
Law bite back?
Bite back.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
All right, the emails are coming in hot and heavy. DHRESPN@gmail.com. DHRESPN@gmail.com. Bird from Rockaway, Queens here. Lifelong Mets, Packers, and Ranger fan.
Interesting.
Never wavered in my fandom since the late 80s, early 90s. But basketball, never really had a team. I like the Hornets because of Muggsy Bogues and Hugo the Hornet. Didn't know that was the Hornets' name. I hated the Knicks and loved mocking them. Then I moved to Philly in 2012 and decided I'd root for the 76ers to piss off my Knicks fan friends. Last year I said if the Pacers beat the Knicks a second time, I'd root for them because the Sixers suck. And they did. So I thought I was going to root for the Pacers this year. But they suck, and the Sixers are fun. Can I root for the Sixers again? By the way, I became a Packer fan before Favre because I thought being a cheesehead was funny and Mikowski was my guy in Tecmo Bowl. Why even bother?
Yeah.
The whole thing's very fraudulent.
This is gross.
Now,
feels that guy.
Where do you begin? Right. So he's not that big a basketball fan, but but it seems like he kind of landed on the Sixers, but for all the wrong reasons. He was just trolling. He just decided to be a fraud in basketball. So how can I rule any other way? His reasons for being fans of trolling Knicks fans. I'm going to become a Pacer fan if they beat the Knicks, but then I'm going to go back to the. Stop it! You stop. Your hockey, your football, and your baseball seem to be genuine, but you know what? Your basketball is all fraud. Fraud.
Everything.
He's a fan of himself. He just wants to troll people. No. That's different.
Is that really a fan of yourself, or is that just a bad guy?
Well, it's both, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it just sounds like complete and utter highest level fraudulent.
Fraud.
All
right, here we go. Celtics fan fraud.
Oh, okay.
I'm writing on behalf of my friend Julian. He's a Celtics fan from New York, but he's rooting for the Knicks to win a championship this year because the Celtics have seen so much winning, and he wants to see the city feel happy. Plus, he enjoys watching this team play and knows it's likely their best chance to ever win.
Goodbye. Fraud and vomit fraud. There's a new level I discovered. Vomit fraud.
Fraud.
That hearing that story made me nauseous. I just always hate it. I want the city to feel good. How does that manifest itself? Free coffee? I'd like the city to be happy. Oh, my God. Really? Kumbaya. Kumbaya.
Well,
fraud.
I'm going to weigh in here as I understand the thoughts of this person. Now, what if they'd phrased it differently?
In what way? That I'm a Celtic fan and hate the Knicks? That's the only way I can. That's the only way I hear. That's it.
What if he'd said he's going under the assumption that the Celtics don't have a deep run in them because of no Tatum. Assuming that's the case, he's going to pull for the Knicks to win a championship.
No.
They're
in your division. They're your rival.
You're a Celtics fan. Your favorite player hates the Knicks, and now you're going to root for them? No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You can't do that.
I'm telling you guys, what I've learned in my old age is this is the problem with becoming an adult and rooting for another team in the city in which you live, in which you're not actually connected to that city. I think it's the same issue that I'm talking about. Well, you just listen, I haven't made the switch, as you guys have known. I haven't been able to. My heart hasn't let me. But, I do feel that, desire to be I kind of just want to root for the Knicks. I mean, I live here. Everyone roots for the Knicks. And because I'm not from Boston, it's hard to explain. And the truth is, neither of you, more so than me, are in a great position to speak to it, because both of you have had the very rare and distinct honor of having a media career in the city with which you've lived your whole life.
Fair.
Most people don't get to do that.
But this fraud grew up in New York.
Yeah,
so what are you doing?
Exactly.
Well, you're just changing the narrative for the story?
Yeah,
no, I'm applying to myself.
For his benefit.
But
you're not, I'm sorry, you're not on trial here.
No, if I would, I'd still already have fraud. But what I'm trying to say is the point applies to this guy, though. That's why I'm saying it's ultimately yo-yo when you live in a city and you're like, yeah, I just root for this other random team. If there's no real reason for it, it starts to get kind of, what are you hanging on to? You're now an adult, and you're like, well, I just always liked that team in another town. It can start to fade. You have a life here. You have a wife here. You have children here. And you're like, I'm just hanging on to some other city I'm not even from.
Oh,
but anyways.
But conveniently that comes up in conversation when they lose their best player.
Interesting. That is true.
If they were the Oklahoma City Thunder, there's no conversation here.
See, now you're
please. Fraud.
Hello,
it was nice to get a lawyer up, but you know what? I didn't allow you to approach the bench, so all this.
The case has been decided. Hello, gentlemen. I have to make this inquiry, and I've been wondering what Judge LaGreca would think. I'm a born New Yorker who moved to Maryland when I began high school. All of my sports teams are from New York. I've been a Giants season ticket holder since 2011. I've been a Lamar Jackson fan since his days at Louisville. I was praying the Giants drafted him when he came out.
Oh, look at Don's face. Gonna hit himself
I began attending a Ravens game at least once a year to watch him play, as it's 25 minutes from my home. In 2024, I took my daughter, who is a Ravens fan since she started watching football, to the AFC Championship against KC. I wore my Lamar jersey and rooted along with her. I took it a step further and I have a sentence left. I'm going to finish. Sorry. Judge, this isn't how it works. I've never had to hold a judge in contempt of court. I took it a step further and purchased season tickets for us for the last 2 seasons. I attend with her or give her the home games and sell what we don't go to. When the Giants played the Ravens last season, I rooted for my Giants, of course. But I can't help but follow the Ravens and want Lamar to win a ring. Funny how Harbaugh may be the Giants' coach now. Am I a fraud?
Yes, without question, you're a fraud. Now, listen, let your daughter be your daughter, and then you do everything you can to make her happy. I'm fine with that. But this whole, I love Lamar since college. I bought a Lamar jersey. I want him to do so well. I went and bought season. Oh, stop yourself. You want it so bad. You want it so bad. Right? You're longing for the neighbor's wife. Desperately want the neighbor's wife. You're hounding her with phone calls. You're following her to work. Just ask her out already. Divorce your wife and see what happens. You don't get to play the game. You don't get to play both sides, all right? You don't get to fantasize about I've loved her since college. Stop trolling, right? Because you know what he is? Not only is he a fraud, he's a stalker fraud.
Oh, it's the worst kind.
That's one of the worst kinds, you're right. Because he knows the Giants stink, so he's got wanderlust, and now he's creating all these Lamar Jackson.
Donnie is on
Lamar
one today.
Jackson, I've loved him since college.
I've loved him since
Judge
forever.
Donald
a championship
is on one today, everybody.
You don't understand. Martha, my next door, I went to college with her.
If you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out because the facial expression, when Peter's reading the email, this is the second time Don had the hammer. He's holding the gavel. It's against his forehead as if he's going to start hitting himself in the head with it.
It was so obvious.
He already knows how he wants to.
Well, that one was so obvious where we were going. It was so once you started, and then when it gets to season tickets, and
you know what he is? He's it's something about Mary. I love her, man. I love Lamar, man. You're stalking Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Stalking them. You're watching him practice through binoculars in the side road with sunglasses on.
With the band playing on the street right next to you, right from the movie.
He wears his sunglasses at night, is what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
He's
stalker fraud. First one.
So you know what? I considered doing more, but I don't think I can. It's called ending on a high. That was phenomenal. That is Fraud Alert Friday. One of the best I've ever heard, frankly. It's brought to you by D'Agostino Law. 35 years of getting accident victims and Social Security disability clients every dollar they deserve. Offices in New York and New Jersey, 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino Law, Bite Back.
D'Agostino.
Because we invented 2 phrases during that Fraud Friday. We had vomit fraud and stalker fraud.
Which is vomit fraud like a 4 and stalker fraud the 5? Like what are the levels?
Yeah, stalker fraud's the worst.
Is it the worst, or could you go even further?
No, listen, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's tune in next Friday because I didn't know I had vomit fraud and stalker fraud in me until it happened. So that's why you tune in every Friday to find out what new level could we reach.
Love it.
But imagine somebody emailing, wondering if they're a fraud, and then finding out they're at the highest level fraud.
You are right.
A level that wasn't even invented before they sent the email.
No, you are the worst kind of fraud. And
it was a little crystallization because when I came up with that, all of a sudden the winter dawn went away. And did you see how the picture got better?
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Clear?
Isn't that weird?
You're right.
I don't know what's happening today.
That's what I saw before the show.
Well, he looks great. The hair is on point.
It's some like light thing when he gets into some distance from the camera, he turns into Old Man Winter.
I think it's the light above him. Is it
God?
There's a light above you, and then all of a sudden you do look like you're being summoned. That is true. So we're not using though the gift that I gave you though. We're not using it.
Will you stop? I don't use it at all. I don't have to. That has nothing to do with it. Stop it.
So
I'm bringing it with me on the road, on the road trip next week. Isn't that good?
No, it's
Peter, isn't this almost like nauseating level now, right?
I don't know.
Sorry. Nauseating that I took the time to get you a nice gift?
I relate to Alan because I'm a validation addict and I have problems in my life and my brain, and I have to go to my wife and get thank yous for everything. But I wonder, is Alan a lunatic like I am, or is he trolling Don? I can't tell. I wonder if he does the gift thing, and you never know. I mean, he's giving eyebrows right now to say he's trolling, but I don't know if he's trolling.
Guy's head's down. Why would you do that?
Well, we have a radio audience, for God's sake.
So what? I'm letting you and everybody else in on it while Don's looking down, but you got to be all okay. All right,
I love the gift. I use it when it's can be applied. It doesn't need to be applied at this point.
All right.
1-800-919-3776. We got the baseball. Bo Bichette is a Met.
I'm on
it. Tucker is a Dodger. Bellinger still up in the air. We've got a tremendous divisional round of playoffs to get into. Also got to get into the Rangers, too, because they sent another letter, and this one hits a little bit different than the last one.
Anthony's psyched about this one, though. He's feeling good about this.
Yes, he is.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Mulberry to the net. Score! The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey, or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat, score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
All right, 1-800-919-3776. A lot of people want to chime in on a bunch of different subjects here on a Friday. David on the east side's been on hold for a while. You're on Don Hahn and Rosenberg. What's up, David?
DHR, great to be here.
Oh, great to have you.
I thought the reason the Mets didn't want to keep Pete Alonso was defense and run prevention. Bichette is a terrible defender, and he's never even played third base. I think this shows the Mets didn't have a good plan. They were just crossing their fingers and hoping they'd get Tucker and outbid the Dodgers and Blue Jays. They panicked after they didn't get him, and in the process, they lost Pete.
Well, there's a couple of things that I agree with you, and a couple of things I don't. First of all, you're right. The whole run prevention thing takes a hit when you're having Bichette play third base, but Alonso couldn't be here. Bichette is younger, and I just think that for whatever reason, Stearns was just not a fan of Pete Alonso. I think the whole defensive thing was just kind of an excuse. I just think he felt he was older and just wasn't in love with him being the first baseman. Now we'll see if it's going to be Vientos at first. Is Beatty going to convert to a first baseman? Is Polanco going to play the majority of games at first base? We'll see. He's also not a true first baseman. But the ultimate thing I disagree with, David, is I think a shortstop can convert to third base. I don't think he'll be any better defensively at it. But I think a shortstop can move to third.
In the same way, Pete was a good first baseman, just not a great one. Sure, I could see Bichette being there, but I think Stearns kind of indicated he wanted elite defense, run prevention, whatever you want to call it. I agree with you. I think Stearns was just never a fan of Pete, but that's just so terrible to the fans. I mean, look at all the great players that have the long-term contracts. They're all signed through their age 39, 40 season. So, Judge, Soto, Bryce Harper, Manny Machado. Pete was just asking to get signed through his age 35 season. That's what he went with for Baltimore. They couldn't pay the guy through age 35. That's not how it should be.
Well, let's see. Ultimately, I'm a slave to winning, David, and thank you for the phone call. I'm going to miss Pete. He's the all-time home run leader. He was our guy. If the Mets end up being better, I'll forgive it. But, guys, he makes an excellent point. If the Mets don't get better and Pete rakes in Baltimore, it's going to look awful. It's going to look god-awful. But the ultimate point of that call is, don't tell me about run prevention when your corner infielders are playing the position basically for the first time. And Bichette's not known as a great defender even when he was a shortstop. Why do I feel like run prevention is just another way of saying I just didn't like that guy?
Well, I think there's a little both of that. Yeah, truth to both of that. But I also think run prevention was his plan, and I think the owner just kind of bigfooted him, you know? I think the owner just was like, we're losing this offseason. I don't like this. Same reason why the owner last year pushed him aside and said, no, bring Pete back. I got booed at a team event. I don't like this.
Well,
that's what I'm curious. I come on, it's a real thing. If you owned a team and you had the money to do stuff and you had your GM or whoever's, advising you and they were saying, no, let's take the patient approach. Let's be smart about it. And then you're just getting hammered in social media, hammered by the media. Other teams are signing players that you aren't able to get because your GM saying, no, he doesn't fit. Then eventually you're like, you know what? No, I'm the boss. Get these guys.
Yeah, but then,
wouldn't you finally just say, I'm not doing this. We got to get some players in here.
But you got to be on the same page. Let's
remember,
the 100%.
GM said when the season starts, we will have a better team than when we ended the season, and you'll be proud of this team.
Well, we'll see.
Is it a better team?
Not right now. It's not. No.
All right.
But we still have a long way to go before we get to opening day.
Oh yeah.
But But the whole run prevention thing, or just, hey, clearly he pivoted. Because on the same basically 24-hour period, Tucker goes to the Dodgers, Bichette becomes a Met out of nowhere. So it does have, like, if Bichette was, if you had heard rumors it's between Tucker and Bichette, the Mets aren't sure which way they're going to go, like, then you wouldn't be that surprised by it. But it was like, it was out of nowhere. One second, you got the owner tweeting out like smoke signals, like Tucker's going to be announced today.
Because I think he felt like it was going down. And then he got shocked. He got stunned by that. Right? You don't tweet that if you don't think it's going down and you're pretty fired up. Right? And you want your fans to get excited because they haven't had a lot to be excited about this offseason, and he pays attention to that. And then all of a sudden the rug was pulled out from under him.
Well, then there has to be a conversation the owner has to have with the general manager to say, hey, listen, build the team in your image, but also make sure we get some people here.
Right.
And so what's true? Because if all of a sudden the second Cohen doesn't like the direction it's going, all of a sudden now he gets the rug pulled out from under him. So who's really in charge here? Now, I think the owner is supposed to be in charge, but do you believe in your president of baseball operations or don't you? Is it about building a better team, or is it about selling tickets and just not have an egg on your face? You got to show some patience sometimes, but clearly they didn't in this case. It doesn't feel like. Quickly, let's go to Steve in Middle Village. You're on ESPN New York. Steve-O.
Appreciate it.
No problem,
man. This will seem like a Lynn Jones kind of a call because this is an appreciation of the show, if you permit me.
Go ahead.
Peter, I don't agree with your. I don't agree. I'm not a fan of the type of music that you like, but you've made me think about it and maybe listen to a few things that I wouldn't normally do. I'm not a wrestling guy, and the teams that you like aren't the teams that I like, but that's fine. Alan, you're a Yankee fan. I'm a lapsed Yankee fan. Am I a basketball fan? No. But I still like what you say. I like what you do. Don, you're a Mets fan. I used to be a Yankee fan, so I guess we're on opposite sides on that. Your musical tastes kind of like mine, but really not. About books, we're on the same core about that. The key reason why I listen is that I used to be a big sports fan, but I want to keep in the loop. You guys keep me in the loop, and I listen to learn as a 73-year-old guy now, listen to learn about what's going on in sports so I can speak to my nieces and nephews. And I thank you for that.
Oh. Well, listen, that's really nice. We appreciate the appreciation.
After a year, you've done a hell of a job. I appreciate it.
Well, I wanted to take that call because, after a year, you want to make sure that you're hitting the right notes, and it's nice to hear that at least from his little corner of the world, we're doing that. Big 5 o'clock hour. We got our picks at 5:45. We got E&N at 6. Take it right up to 7 o'clock, and Ty Butler on ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. No relief on the LIE westbound in Nassau County. Right before Glen Cove Road, it's a big crash. Only the right lane is getting by. Traffic is stopped there from 106, 107 in Jericho. Then you're back open on the westbound side in Queens. They picked up that accident by Maurice Avenue. Definitely want to stay away from the Whitestone Bridge heading across the Upper East River. Police department activity in both directions on the Bronx side. Better off using the Throgs Neck Bridge. All of your approaches to the outbound George are jammed. Not even the Henry Hudson going to help you out. Cross Bronx westbound slam from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George doing better, about 10 to 15 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln Orenia 20 to 30. Outbound Holland 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience and proof that movies can bring us together. And now it's the winner of the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
5:02 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, 2 hours down. We've got 2 more to go. Game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it is game time, guys,
it's time.
It sure is. Only one local team in action. That's the Nets. They're going to play host to the Chicago Bulls at 7:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Great games, at least on the surface. I guess the one game that people look like that could be a blowout is the fact that the Seahawks are a 7-point favorite against the 49ers. But I still think that game can be competitive. I know there's no Kittle, but the Niners are exceptionally well coached, and there's always going to be kind of an air around Sam Darnold. Can he win a big game? You win this game, guys, he's playing in the championship game. The Jets' 3rd overall pick goes to Carolina. Can't find traction under Rule. Pops in for a cup of coffee with San Francisco. Gets cut loose there. Goes to Minnesota, has a monster season. MVP caliber season, wins 13 games, but it fizzles out at the end of the regular season. They get blown out in the playoffs, and it's over in Minnesota. And he goes to Seattle, and they're the 1 seed?
Yeah.
And a 7-point favorite at home against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I know if Kittle and the Niners were healthy, it'd be a little bit closer, but they'd still be the favorites. I mean, it is really a tremendous journey. That's why I really I got to know Sam. You remember Peter? He was in studio.
Oh, big fan.
The Jets gifted us the black jersey with his name and number, and I always thought he was a great kid. And obviously the Jets cut him loose, and there were times where it looked like, all right, he's just another Jet quarterback that just doesn't go anywhere. But never mind the fact that the Jets angle, which we can take here locally, it's really a pretty amazing story, and one that I root for. I hope he plays. He says he's going to play. He was listed as questionable because of the oblique. I don't know how you feel, Alan, as a Jet fan, but I think it'd be a tremendous story. I'd love to see him win this game. I've got no love for the Niners.
I appreciate
Sam
him.
Darnold's playing in a Super Bowl. I think it'd be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, I appreciate him. This is not one of those, like, I want to see him fail because he's no longer a Jet. Again, Anthony will attest to this. I was watching him at USC for 2 years when he was considered to be a high draft
Right, the suck
guy.
for Sam, right?
So, suck for Sam, all that stuff. So I just watching him along the way, this is one of those things where it's like, this will be cool. Like, that would be fun. How much stock do you put in the fact that these two teams played each other just the last week of the regular season?
I don't know.
And Seattle, again, if you're Shanahan, you have a lot of tape on that defense and what they want to do. You still have Christian McCaffrey.
Your picks are in.
Your picks are in there, right there, pal?
My picks have been. You guys
he's
saw
all
the
class. My picks are in
Everybody
too.
knows.
My picks are done. Sorry, let me send them so I can speak honestly here. I don't want to.
And then Anthony will let me know what you picked so we can change it.
That's it. You know what?
It's
that wouldn't. But it wouldn't surprise me because they do have a long history. They got.
Would you ask for his job, Peter, if you found that out?
Who? Alan, Anthony, or
no?
both?
Would you ask for Anthony's job?
Both.
No.
Okay.
I just sent you the picks. I think from the DHR ESPN account, Anthony. But you should have them.
Interesting.
Hey, wait a minute. What did you do?
I sent them from our station account because I had it open for fraud alert. But
oh, I thought it was like if you text a group, that kind of defeats the purpose.
That's a great point by you. No, I didn't do that. Now, I ended up
got him.
I ended up very lightly touching San Francisco.
Okay.
On account of what I said earlier, which is that I just have a level of respect for Shanahan and the ability to keep things close.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's really hard to feel good, I think, at this point with the amount of people they've lost. Between that and a road game, the only thing that can make this a real crapshoot is the physical issues of Darnold. And I guess the mental part too, right? Like this kid's never been a 1 seed before. He's never had to protect home turf against a team like San Francisco in the playoffs. This is a different animal, and the position they're in. But to me, it's that is he physically 100% good? Because that really can.
Right.
I mean, guys, if it's Trey, who is it? Trey Lance? Who's the backup again? In Seattle?
Trey Lance not there, right?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
It's Mac Jones. No, it's not. It's who is it?
Well, no, that's San Francisco. No. Is it Jalen Miller?
No, I mean in Seattle.
Who?
I just looked yesterday at the yo-yo.
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
Sorry,
wow.
not Trey.
Do you not see
understand?
Drew Lock against the Colts last year? Lit him up.
Do you understand though how my brain name-wise went Trey Lance to Drew Lock? I meant Drew Lock. Yeah, I don't know. Is Drew Lock ready to step in and beat San Francisco in a playoff game?
I wouldn't think so.
That's iffy stuff. Very quickly.
It's so dicey. It's so dicey, that game. Yeah, and the fact
all of a sudden yesterday Darnold pops up on the report and then he says he's going to play no matter what. It's weird, Alan.
Of course.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing. Of course he's going to play.
No, he's definitely playing.
But
wouldn't you?
That doesn't mean he's any closer to whether he should play.
They made him questionable because he didn't really practice.
Right. They got to list him as something. I didn't. Yeah. But if it is bothering him, it is certainly a defense that could take advantage of this. Robert Saleh is salivating at the opportunity of a compromised quarterback.
Hit him again.
And Saleh's in his bag.
He's got interviews like at and around that game. By the way,
he should not. Let me say what he shouldn't do. Just don't.
He's that guy.
I think he was in Miami
you're
today.
Better as a coordinator, right, Peter?
I do.
You're an elite coordinator. Just stay in that lane.
I get it, but we talked about this last week. When you fail with the Jets, it's the Jets' fault. I'm serious. So, yeah, his failure as Jets coach, like I could see owners around the league like, so what? Everybody fails.
It is true. And you know what? It's affecting me too. I really shouldn't judge him so harshly, considering when we talk to him every week, and he was great with us. The fact that he was with the Jets, I probably should take that with a grain of salt. But there is something about the way he carries himself. The way he jumps up and down on the sideline, he's just a DC dude. I don't know why. It's just there, Don. That's what I see for him.
But I'm with you. But just to push back, don't you think you learn from your mistakes? Like I'm with you. I think the biggest issue that I had with him is that's not what the Jets hired. That's not what I saw patrolling the sidelines in San Francisco, in Seattle, chest bumping the linebacker after the sack, and then all of a sudden he became the Jets coach, and I don't think he knew what to do with himself. I think he felt like he needed to be more responsible. He seemed like he was a bit over his head, but you learn from that, right? And I'm sure the second he got fired, he was thinking, boy, if I had a chance to do it again, I'd do it differently. Well, now he might get that chance.
Yeah.
And if he's given a chance in Miami, I guess that's where he's going to interview, and there's other jobs he's going to interview. I don't know if he'd make for a great head coach, but I would think he'd be better the second time around.
And maybe he'd be smarter, like you said. A lot of people, could say you took the Jets job because it was a job that was open and it's one of 32, and now it's maybe be selective the next job you take, right? He was able to go home. Not everybody can do that. You go back to your coordinator spot where really, your comfort zone's there, the whole coaching staff's there. The next job you take should be not because it's the best, it's the first job available. It should be the best one available.
Right. Now you can be a little bit more selective.
Yeah.
And hear me out. I think he's such a good DC that if he were to go to Miami or someplace else and fail again, I think there'll always be a DC job for him to go back.
He's a permanent. He's a Ryan. There's a coordinator job for you.
If you know there's going to be a job in football for you after you fail again as a head coach, you could say, all right, listen, I gave it a second try. I'm obviously not head coach material. I had my pick of jobs. I picked the right one. I still couldn't do it. All right, now I know. But as long as, and again, I don't want to pile on the Jets, but like when you fail with the Jets, you could walk away saying, well, didn't have a ton of talent. A lot of coaches have failed there. I'd like another chance at it. And knowing that if I fail the second time, okay, I won't be out of football. Somebody will hire me as a DC, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I wish him luck too.
Yeah.
Because you get to know people. Alan, especially being in this business as long as we have, you start to get to know people. And that becomes a rooting interest too. I'd love Robert Saleh.
And Saleh was great
successful.
to me. Again, with Bart, doing the shows with Bart, we spent a lot of time over there. We spent a lot of time around the Jets and with him, and he's just a phenomenal guy.
I never had a coach in hockey or football, those are the two sports that I've been the closest to, be bad to me. But I've always remember the ones that were like really nice and seemed to make an effort.
Yeah, unnecessarily kind.
Yeah, and Saleh falls into that, where I'm always going to root for Robert Saleh. I'm always going to root for David Quinn. Because he didn't have to be, and he was always Tom Rennie, even Rex. Rex and I had our issues on here, like arguing, but like Rex got it. As much as he was boisterous and he seemed to always get it. He got the criticism because he knew what my job was, and so I always respected Rex. And then there were coaches we never had a relationship with Gase, right, Peter? There was never anything there with that. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Something about his eyes wasn't home.
But that was unfair because that was a kooky viral thing. But there was never any rapport. I thought there was a level of paranoia and.
I agree. No, it was always frosty. But that's why you have to say, in spite of the Jets part, Saleh earned his bad reputation here for coaching because he was completely charming and good-looking. It had nothing to do with the way that he's in great shape, handsome guy, friendly as can be, doesn't say weird stuff, just sincerely did a bad job as head coach. It just did not work out.
Everybody has since Rex.
Everyone has. Not unusually bad, but and the Rodgers thing made it immensely complicated.
I don't think
for sure.
I don't think he did that bad of a job. Really, how much talent did they have those first couple of years? Right?
Apparently none at quarterback.
And then the Rodgers thing, it is what it is, man. I mean, no matter who was coaching the team, when you lose your quarterback the way that they lost him, what's supposed to happen there? But
once they fired
I am curious about where they landed Robert and Rodgers, because at first you could tell Saleh was clearly into it, going to try his absolute best, and Rodgers was saying all the right things, and then it got weirder. Then they had the moment on the sideline. They tried to play off about the push, but then as things came to an end, you're like, I remember defending it. And then as time went on, the way that they talked about it, I'm like, they were lying to us. It wasn't good then. And I just wonder, because Saleh seems so damn likable, I wonder where it fell apart.
Well, I still believe in my heart.
In the meeting rooms.
Maybe you're right.
No. In the General Assembly, when Rodgers was undermining him because
in the media meeting rooms.
Yeah, there wasn't much respect. No, I'm talking about in the team.
In the team meeting rooms.
Yeah, there was that's the part that you could see it. Saleh knew I was no longer in control of this team.
But however, I still believe that the reason Saleh got fired was because Woody felt like Rodgers didn't want him to go. And that made Woody want to fire him even more. Now, was that because he was starting to get along with Saleh, or did Rodgers realize if we fire Saleh, then we're completely checking out for the season?
No, I can't wait for that.
Because then it's going to be a mess. But I never thought Rodgers was on board with Saleh getting fired. And the
no, I don't think because
there were reports. There were people who thought that was a Rodgers thing.
He
I
knew
don't
that
think
would
so.
reflect poorly. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, we all know that was a Woody thing. We all know the season wasn't going the right way anyway, but the whole bottom just dropped out on the team after that. But I can't wait for that book. Can't wait for it. That's going to be really compelling to see. Because the Rodgers era was such a short period of time, but yet in Jets history, it almost becomes like a critical moment in time, doesn't it? Because it went from Camelot to disaster so quickly. Which
Everything.
is
There's going to be
the
books,
Jets. Yeah,
30 for 30s on that one. Now,
but if it's a Jets 30 for 30, rest assured it will be boring.
How dare
you? Not if you tell me.
Boring. If you love a good tragedy.
No, well, listen. But that's the thing. They've been so, Don. The Jets are so dreadful that they even find a way to take like what should be salacious and sexy. It'll still be boring. They could take a porno flick and make it just you'd fall asleep during it. You wouldn't even make it to the good scene. Like the Jets would take the pizza delivery scene and play it out for 35 minutes. They drop the box, they turn it over. All of a sudden, there's no women there. You go, what happened? The porno ends, and nothing ever even happened. That's what the Jets could do.
The pizza guy comes to the door.
Wait, excuse me? Well, Tom, that's the part they don't get to.
No, but
to the
what
door.
happens is ring the doorbell, but he doesn't have the pizza box. He has all the ingredients for the pizza. So then, then you hear the music, boom, down, boom, and you see him kneading the dough and flipping it in the air, like in slow motion. Like they'll actually make the porn into making the pizza.
Yeah, and they're cutting to the director. The director's on the sideline with the headset, and he's going, hey, what about the sex? And they go, we just thought it was a pizza scene.
Right.
And before you know it, there's never sex in the porno.
They're going to give you pepperoni, but then they're going to give you slices of pepperoni on the pizza. Like they misunderstood the direction. It's really just a mess.
I don't want to talk about the Jets. I definitely don't want to talk about this either. and having the Jets in mind.
So what you're saying, Alan, is they ruin your football season. You don't want them ruining your porn.
That's exactly it. I don't want to have this as my lasting Jets memory right now. Please.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
All right, back to the football.
But I have something to tell you guys about. All right, and I bet you want to hear about it. And if I did bet, I'd do it on FanDuel.
Of course you would.
And we'll talk to the people next, of course. But FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. Take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. I'm liking the Bears. As a big home dog. I don't know what's going on out there, but I still like my guys. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369.
So the other thing I was thinking about, guys, and we can take calls on this, and I want your opinions as well at 1-800-919-3776, is sustainability. Because you take a look at the 8 teams that are left. Bills, it feels like they might have one more run in them. Not that Josh Allen's getting older, but clearly they don't seem like a great team. They're just trying to take advantage of a wide-open season. I'm sorry, unless something changes, Bo Nix is not going to become the next quarterback of a dynasty. I don't believe. I think they're doing with their defense and their coach, but I don't believe in Bo Nix. Niners are the Niners. Seahawks are the Seahawks. Is this the beginning of a team that's going to be a perennial winner? Or is this kind of a one and done? Texans, I don't know if Stroud's the guy. Rams, Matthew Stafford's 37 years old. I look at the Bears and the Patriots as the two teams that are beginning to build something sustainable. I think those are the only two of the 8 teams left. You agree or disagree?
That's strong. You're talking about as far as like sustainable year after year, we'll be talking about these two teams.
Looking at the Bears and the Patriots, I look at this could be the beginning of something big.
And
where the other teams I look at, hey, they could take advantage of now, but I don't know what their futures are. I feel like the Bears and the Patriots aren't going anywhere.
Seattle in that defense, no.
But is Sam Darnold the guy?
Well, I guess
of a quarterback of a perennial winning team.
Well, is Caleb Williams that guy? You don't know.
I feel the second half of that game, guys.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like, and I could be dead wrong on this, but they got the coach, right? And watching his body language in the first half, I'm like, this is coming apart. And to see him get off the mat and play the way that he played in that second half, being a first overall, I feel like that we can look back and say that was the turning point for him.
I've been feeling all year it's starting to he's becoming the guy. If you really look, Caleb's trajectory has been it's been pointing the right way basically since he started playing. It just moved a little slower maybe than some people expected, and the expectations were so high. And wasn't Caleb the one talking about ownership and stuff before he came to the league?
Doesn't that feel like it was a million years ago, though?
A million years ago. And he just appears to be, while again, the throws aren't all perfect, and Seth Rollins talked about this some when we had him, a huge Bears fan that he is. The throws aren't always perfect. It's not perfect. But there is a je ne sais quoi to Caleb Williams that is developing, Don. That you're seeing some passes from him that the big boys throw in the most clutch moments. And we will really know, I mean, come on, a lot has to be on the line this weekend. I understand the Rams are becoming this big road favorite for whatever reason. This is a team from L.A. playing a game that's going to be absolutely frigid against Chicago.
And what happened to the Rams last year in Philly? They win that game if it's in L.A.
For sure. And I saw a stat moving around. Big Cat from Barstool was put up a tweet earlier. The stats show it, man. Teams coming east in the playoffs to play outdoors in freezing weather, they don't generally fare well. Chicago, as much as they are a 4.5-point dog, whatever it is now, it's a great spot for them to win. It really is. Let's not forget, this Rams team was down all game last week, Alan, until they ended up winning.
No question. All I got to say, though, to that whole thing is that the Rams defense, okay, they've rebuilt that very well through the draft, and it's a young defense, but it's a really good defense. And if you're a team coming from the West and you have a great offense, playing in the cold is going to mess with you. I don't know about defense. I just feel like defense is different whether you're playing indoors or playing in the cold.
No
Offenses get affected. I don't know about and Stafford, by the way, you think the cold's bothering him? He's been there, done that. He's played in that division. So, not that division.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
He didn't play. He played in Chicago in the cold before because he was with Detroit. So I wouldn't overthink that. It's totally correct to think of it.
Well,
but I don't know if I'm overthinking.
I'm only basing it on last year. Remember, it started to snow in Philly, and then it was like the Rams are dead.
Yeah,
and I felt like if that was a regular day in Philly, or if that game was in LA, the Rams would have won.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan, we'd have to go digging through the stats, which I can't imagine we're going to do at this moment. But yes, he did play in the division, but he played all the home games in cushy indoors. It is Puka Nacua. Has he had big games in minus 12-degree weather? Listen, who knows? Certainly Devontae Adams had his share of good games in terrible weather.
Yeah, he knows.
So listen, I'm not saying I think the Bears necessarily win this game, but it's certainly a ripe spot for them to get to a championship game. And again, like all the teams we've talked about, if you are sitting there and you are the Chicago Bears, none of these things are guaranteed. You have Philly is out. Kansas City is out.
Absolutely.
If you are Matt Stafford, you want to get one more ring before this thing is done and show that this Rams run has not just been successful. It was dynasty adjacent. 2 Super Bowls in a few years. It's open for you this year.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why they're my number one. They're my power ranked number one team left.
Yeah. I think you're right, but it just shows you how open it is that I can't say I'd be shocked if the Bears won this game. We'll have our picks coming up at 5:45. I want to take your calls. Coming up at 1-800-919-3776. Do you believe that it's the Bears and the Pats that be the future of this league of the teams that are left. We'll also got an ENN coming up at 6. Take up until 7 o'clock, and then it's Ty Butler right here on ESPN New York.
Storm head to Philly to face Big East rival Villanova. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got Disney on Ice again tonight over at the UBS Arena. Probably want to give yourself a generous head start. Still have this police department activity in both directions on the Bronx side of the Whitestone Bridge, making it a bumper-to-bumper ride heading across the Upper East River at the Throgs Neck getting into Queens. Then some solid pockets of slowdowns on the Cross Island southbound heading over to Hempstead Turnpike. Worst of it's the outbound George Deegan southbound, a crash on the ramp to the Cross Bronx. Left lane is out. It involves a tractor-trailer. You're jammed there from the Mosholu on down. Inbound George just about 5 to 10 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln Orenia 20 to 30. Outbound Hahn 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by Sesame Workshop, the nonprofit behind Sesame Street. The world needs Sesame Street, and right now Sesame needs you. Donate today. Visit sesame.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win. So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
That we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Come on, you feeling it or no?
Donnie's dancing.
You found love, what are we gonna do?
Big night with Nancy?
We're taking the family out to dinner.
Nice.
Because I got a game tomorrow night, and then I'm gone for a week. So this will be kind of like...
That's what I figured. This is your last kind of... Right.
And it's cool.
That's great.
There's a place over near Princeton, one of our favorite restaurants. I'll give it a shout out. Tiger's Tail. It's near Princeton University.
I like it.
And got great food, great atmosphere. They treat us well, and the kids love it. And Peter, I might go too deep on the old fashions, but I'm not sure because I will be partaking in some old fashions on the road trip.
Oh, damn right, you bet your ace.
So. But
I'll tell you what road trip I won't be partaking in any old fashions.
In Saudi Arabia?
That's right.
Why?
No drinking.
Oh. Not even to like the hotel?
No. They're apparently, with all the business, sports, and entertainment going there, they're like loosening the restrictions, and there are now like some specific people who can drink. But, like, it's not wide drinking. In fact, I think that when you fly there, once you get to Saudi airspace, drinks are no longer served.
Wow.
I'm good.
Although, can I tell you what? I'm actually a little bit, like, happy about it in the sense that give me 5 days away from wife and child with nothing really to do in the evening. I'm going to save myself like thousands of calories and headaches from just drinking every night for no reason. So there's a benefit there. Maybe I'll go to the gym instead. So maybe there's a benefit.
Who you kidding? Come on.
But who am I kidding? And how does the gym replace alcohol? Usually on a road trip you do both. You go to the gym in the morning and you drink at night.
I've never had the pleasure of flying to the Middle East, so I don't really have any working knowledge of what that might be like outside of that scene from The Golden Child.
Okay. It's a reference point.
I hope it's different than that.
I don't remember the scene you're referring to.
You don't remember the scene?
No, I haven't seen Golden Child in a long time.
You know, that's an exceptionally underrated movie.
I know. We've talked. Don, you don't think we've talked about that?
Oh, well, listen, we've talked about everything over the decade plus that we've been working together.
You don't think I know that you love Golden Child?
Well, but also just from the standpoint of it gets lumped in with his failures, and I don't think that's fair.
No, absolutely not. I totally agree with you. And now that we're in the middle of the 5 o'clock hour, and it's 5:34, the world is listening. Can I take this time to just say, because I already have enough stuff that I have to do in public and appearances I have to keep and performance art. Are you people really this dumb that you would write a legitimately serious article that Michael Kay and I hate each other? Are people really this dumb? Like, in all seriousness, like if you listen to our show, there's not a person listening to us, and unfortunately, this won't change anything. Everyone listening now, everyone in the chat, anyone who spent any time with our show has heard me doing this back and forth with Michael and said the same thing Alan's eyes said when it happened. Here we go, another Rosenberg K bit of them hating each other. And you professional people, you go to your computer and actually, in all seriousness, start quoting it as if we actually may hate each other this time. How can they do this over and over again, guys? It's not even pro wrestling. There's no good excuse for this.
It's most of our business, right?
But that's not excuse.
So much. There's so much of that like everybody just gets caught up in, and you realize like, oh, that's nothing.
Well, and I guess I don't know.
People like drama, Peter. So you just give them a little drama, even if it's bogus.
Michael is not. Here's a headline. Someone write about this. This is my story for Awful Announcing the New York Post. I have really bad news. Even though he annoys me like any normal friend, and my line about Michael being the bride at every wedding and the corpse at every funeral,
really love that.
It's a great line, and it is true of him in that Michael loves him some Michael the same way I think Peter loves him some Peter. But I hate to ruin this narrative. Michael K. is not the bad guy he's been made to be in all the stories ever. You lazy SOBs. There's so many bad guys in the sports media market. I'm not, because I don't want to make Alan and Don feel uncomfortable, I'm not going to list them right now. But you know who they are. And they repeatedly always want Michael to be this villainous, thin-skinned lunatic, when really, while he may be thin-skinned, guys, I don't know of any actual bad guy stuff the guy's ever done. He's just annoying. I mean, he annoys me, for sure. Older brother annoyance on 1,000. But, it's just so repetitive.
Well, Peter, Don, I don't know how you feel about this. I think take the free coverage and the attention and just smile, laugh it off, and keep it moving. Who cares what people think?
Because it gets to Michael eventually. I could have fun with it forever.
Gets upset? So you have to now make it clear? Okay.
No. Hold on. That's my choice. Right. Michael in no way reached out to me and said, hey, can you set the record straight? Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I know Michael well enough to know that when all these stories get written in which he sounds sort of like the petulant jerk because I complimented Tessitore and he said I'm dead to him, again, and, Don is great at playing along with it too. Have you never, I guess you people, you know what it just shows? You were so far up Francesa's hiney, you never even heard our show to understand what our humor was. Michael hitting me up and being angry that I complimented Joe Tessitore is the most Michael K. bit thing to do ever. I know I'm ruining good coverage. I am. But it's just ridiculous. The articles keep coming now. What is wrong with you people?
Yeah, I mean, the same guy that every time I went on vacation, I was suspended. Every time.
Exactly.
Guy can't go on vacation. I take a week's vacation to go to LBI. Oh, Don's been suspended. And then Michael on that Friday or that Monday when I came back, he went to bat for me and got me my job back.
Now, but did that ever turn into an article, or back then people weren't so desperate to fill space?
I think the whole everything has changed since then.
Yeah, because now you have to have. And God bless Awful Announcing. They do a lot of good stuff for our business. I love that people talk about, sports broadcasting. It's fantastic. But, a certain amount of articles got to get written every day, right? The page has to have stuff to click on.
Call it content, and you provided it.
And not all content is created equal.
But that's the word. Isn't that the dirty word that has ruined our business?
Yep.
Content. It's not art. In the case of what we do, it's not media.
Right.
It's content, because it can be nothing. Content can be a random person who's never done anything in their life doing voiceover and filming something in the grocery store going, look at all the prices at Trader Joe's. I mean, it's a fun game, actually. We play it every day.
We do.
But I'm a content creator. I create content. And that word has fundamentally stripped away sort of legitimacy from what anyone does.
Well, I still love the sports of it all. And it's always fun to do that at 1-800-919-3776. Brian and Sleepy Hollow. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Brian?
Hey, guys. First of all, I just want to say, hashtag Team Peter, that rancorous curmudgeon Michael. He's just too much sometimes,
That is true.
You. I mean, I'll take that.
But, yeah, I just want to talk about this. This is definitely my favorite weekend for football. And from a Jets fan perspective, if the Bills and the Pats win, that's an absolute nightmare for me. I might not watch that championship game. But NFC is definitely fun. I think definitely most looking forward to the Rams Chicago game. You gotta love the weather. What else? What's the other game?
There are so many games. Buffalo-Denver's a fun one.
Yeah. But who do you think is going to win that one?
Well, we have our pick segment coming up next.
Yeah, we're going to have the picks coming up, so stay tuned for that. But we've said it for weeks now that if not now for the Bills, when? And if you just go by quarterback, forget the spread. Although the spread's close enough, you're basically picking a winner. It's Allen versus Knicks. And I know defense wins championships and coaching and all that, but if you're going to bet on somebody, Josh Allen or Bo Nix, it feels like that is a distinct advantage to Buffalo.
But also, I will just point this out. Isn't this the game where we've talked about, guys, where does Vegas get it back? I could see Denver being the game where the public just gets completely hosed. Who wants to pick Denver unless you're a Broncos fan? And yet I could see that being the spot where the public just absolutely pounds Buffalo. Gabe Davis is out. You now get to this game. They're coming off a rest. And again, they have arguably, I don't know if he is, but they have arguably the best coach in the whole tournament. Arguably. He's in the conversation. And you can't write that off. You got Sean Payton with a week's rest, a great defense, at Mile High, a beat-up Buffalo team. I could see the public getting absolutely destroyed in this game.
Yeah, it's possible. Will we get destroyed? Can Allen be had?
Will I destroy myself?
I would think the chances are outstanding. Picks are coming up next. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
I can't unsee that.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins.
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Find out what you need and get projects done from the brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. Temperatures dropped and the snow set up so groomers can dig into that deep base on our ski trails that have very strong coverage from all the snowmaking this winter. So we ski groomed, loose, and frozen granular for the 3-day weekend, and there was fresh snow up north Thursday in the Adirondacks at Whiteface in Vermont, at Stratton, Killington, and Smuggler's Notch. Camelback in the Poconos, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, both on 39 trails. They have plenty of snow tubing, too. Mount Peter and Thunder Ridge, both 75% day and night. Conditions improve with each cold night of snowmaking and grooming. Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk, all 100% in Connecticut. They're going day and night, and so's Jiminy Peak in the Berkshires on 32 slopes. Ski Butternut, 21 trails plus snow tubing. Killington and Smuggler's Notch got 4 inches of fresh snow Thursday. It's packed powder on a fast, firm base.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Show me something, Alan. Show me something.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg's Pick 'em All.
Oh, man, give me the 3.
It is divisional weekend. 4 big games. 10 points on the line. Picks have been submitted by Alan and Peter, so that we're not going to have any 4 corners, any defense played. Here are the standings going into the divisional round. I'm in first place with 78 points. I have a record of 35-25. I went 6-0 wild card weekend.
Man.
Allen is in second with 58 points, so I've got a 20-point lead on Allen. He went 3-3. He had 15 points to my 21, so he's got 58 points. And Peter is lurking, just 8 points back of Allen to try to get out of being dressed as a clown. Went 5-1, answered the bell. He only lost his 4-point play with Jacksonville. Overall, he's had a miserable season at 22-38 to Allen's 26-34. But again, just 8 points, and he can make it up this week. So the picks have been submitted, and the way we do it in the playoffs is who's last goes first. So, Peter, you're up.
The first shall be last, or the last shall be first. You know the saying, Don. You know the old wives' tale from the sea,
sure,
the children's
from the
tale
sea.
from the sea. A lot of something about Mary on the show. All right, guys. I already gave this away earlier. I could see it happening where Seattle is just rolling and San Francisco finally, like, the good fight gets given up and they get rolled on. Sure. Niners are beaten up, man. And now, of course, really a bummer without their stud tight end, George Kittle, who's been the offensive backbone for that team for so long.
Or Kittle.
But I just can't go against Kyle Shanahan and the Niners getting 7 points in a divisional game in the playoffs. I can't do it. It's a rivalry game. Give me the Niners. Just my 1-point play. As you can tell, I'm not very confident, but I'll make it my 1-point play.
I hear you.
My 2 spot would be Buffalo. I got it wrong last week by going with logic, and I still think that Vegas they think they're poised to make money on this game, right? You got Denver with the short line, and I think the public is going to pound Buffalo. That being said, give me Josh Allen's magic, man. Maybe this is the year. I'm going a little with my heart and the fact that I had this exact same experience last week and I got it wrong with Jacksonville. So I'm rolling with Josh and the Bills to make it happen as my 2-point play. I've never seen Alan look more serious during the picks, Don. He's like,
he's in.
not even enjoying it. He just wants to get to the meat and potatoes.
What do you want me to do? You want me to just nod knowingly after every single pick you're making?
There's just he's just staring off into the distance.
I just want to make sure that none of mine match yours, because then Don will start calling me out for it.
Listen, they're already
I want to
in.
keep my job. Submitted. I didn't know that Don also is the program director.
The picks are in now. Here we go. My 3-point play, again, I think another spot where the public could lose would be this game. But I guess Anthony told us the other day at the time the public was on Houston. Well, I'm not. I'm on the Pats. Houston is certainly a decent football team. C.J. Stroud has his ups and downs, but, man, this Patriots team is the real deal. If this is going to be a dirty, ugly defensive game, Mike Vrabel is just fine with that. It's a 3-point line. Could I see a push? Sure, I could. That would be annoying. But I'm going to take the Pats at home, given the 3. Give me the Drake Matriots. And then I gave this to you guys all week long. I know it's getting stinky. I know it's getting weird. The line. I just shocked Seth Rollins. He didn't know the line went up again. It's up to 4.5. I like the Bears outright in this game, and I like the Bears to cover 4.5. Vegas clearly knows something we don't know, but it's going to be freezing cold, and the Bears just seem to have the magic that the Commanders had last year, and I think, like the Commanders, they will end up in the championship game. The Bears are my 4-point play.
All right, Alan, you're up, buddy.
Anthony.
He's sighing. He's making faces. I don't know what it's about. Here we go, folks. Is it over for me or not? Here we go.
Anthony.
Hey, Alan.
You vouched for me.
I did.
That I sent my picks in.
You did, before Peter, actually.
At the time I sent them in.
Correct.
You have
Every
them.
pick is the same, huh?
I have them, yep.
I'll make this quick. For my one-pointer, and this is probably the only thing that's going to be a factor, which it won't be. I'm going Denver. I'm gonna lay the 1.5 because Denver's ability to defend, but also their ability to have a run game.
Okay.
Keep Buffalo. How do you beat Josh Allen? Keep him off the field. He's a little banged up too. This is going to be a low-scoring game, my opinion. Give me Denver. I'm not fully confident because Buffalo and the Josh Allen magic scare me, but that's my 1-pointer. I'll take Denver, so that's where we differ.
Oh boy.
My 2-pointer. The Darnold, the Bleak, the solid defense. There's a lot going on there. You have CMC and you have Kyle Shanahan. Yep, I'm agreeing as well. 49ers, I'll take the 7, my 2-point play.
Oh, boy. And I don't like the top of this card at all.
3-point play, I have always been about New England. I've always been about Vrabel. C.J. Stroud looked a little shaky last week. Concerned me. 2 defenses that are going to just have at it in New England. Cold weather. Win ugly at home. That's what the Patriots do. Give me the 3 points. I'll lay the 3 for my 3 points. I'll lay the 3 for the Patriots. Last but not least, the Rams defense is really good. At least they started out really good. In fact, the first 11 weeks, they were giving up 16.3 points a game. The last 7 weeks, 28. Defense supposed to travel well in the playoffs, but not that kind of defense. You're a sucker if you believe in the Rams on the road, especially at 4.5. Give me the Bears for 4 points, and I'll take the 4.5 points. Peter?
Wow.
And so, Don, you can accuse me of it.
No, I'm not accusing you.
I submitted my picks early.
Yeah, and this is what we try to avoid, Alan.
We tried to avoid it, but there's no avoiding it.
You made your picks, and they're genuine.
They were genuine.
As opposed
fact,
to accusations being thrown around that you were playing defense. So, Peter, I guess it's over. You can only gain a point.
Yeah, best you can do is a point.
You're down 10. You can gain a point. Next week, we just got 2 games, and we got the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So even though we made the Super Bowl a 6-point play.
I'm going to go on Amazon now and order the. What size are you? I'm going to order it now.
So if you were to make up a point
whoa! Everyone settle down.
What do you mean?
I know. Well, I'm glad this isn't a math contest.
Peter's correct.
Both have lost. I'm still alive. I'm definitely still alive. We have multiple games left.
There's 8 potential points remaining because you've got 3 and 2 for next week, and then 3 for the Super Bowl. So that's 8. But again, it is unlikely that you both Well, obviously, both can't go 4-0.
ESPN Football Power Index has you at a 0.5%.
And you would probably have to win outright with the record, so you're going to have to get the point this
Very
week.
true. If you're tied, you lose the tiebreaker because you didn't get the picks in the week you were sick.
But you are still mathematically alive. Okay.
But you look great with the chains and the whole thing.
Wait, hold on. And real quick, the difference was you had San Francisco as
my 2.
You had San Francisco as your 2.
Yeah.
And so
you probably want the Seahawks to cover if you.
I've got Denver. I've got Denver as the 1 point. So that if I get that wrong, it's like that's the only thing. That's the point difference there.
Still alive. Peter is still alive. I'll give you my picks quick. The Broncos have a tremendous defense. They don't finish off offense. They leave too many points on the table in the red zone. I'm still going to go with the better quarterback. I think the Bills go to the championship game. I think they beat Denver. But, again, not a ton of confidence, just my 1-point play. For all the reasons that you said with the Niners, great coach. They'll find a way to hang. Even losing Kittle early, they still beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And as much as I love Sam, if he's compromised at all, Robert Saleh is going to find a way to exploit that. That's my 2-point play. Patriots, the same thing. I'm sorry, you got to score. I know defense wins championships, but you have to score. Are the Texans going to be able to do it in New England? It's hard to believe. Herbert couldn't get anything done. They were all over him. I can see the same thing happening to the C.J. Stroud. I got the Patriots covering the 3 as my 3-point play. And, again, this is going to be the Rams are probably going to win the game, but that's just too many points, honestly, on the road. And you saw what happened last year with the Rams in a snowy Philadelphia. They probably win that game if there's no snow. They win that game if it's in L.A. It's going to be very, very cold. I love what Caleb Williams did. That second half really showed me a lot. It may not be enough to win the game, but they definitely are not covering the Rams. So that is my 4-4-4-point play. And those are our picks for divisional weekend.
And let me tell you something right now. Don't these picks reek of us and the public getting crushed this weekend?
Probably. But you know what? You can't. You got to keep it to what you know and what you think you know.
You can't,
don't play
that's
games.
Right.
Don't play reindeer game. We're not hardcore gamblers, man. We're just looking
fans.
at it from a football perspective. Now, Chris Stapleton's All-American Roadshow is coming to Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater on Wednesday, August 26th. And ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest tile and submit your entry. Brought to you by Live Nation. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. ENN is next. Then we get a big last call crew for a Friday, taking up until 7 o'clock, and Ty Butler right here on ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
The Giants, it's happening. John Harbaugh, they wanted it. They made it a massive priority, and they got it done. Every person I spoke with said this is an absolute slam dunk. He's an elite head coach, and this is exactly what the Giants have been desperate for and finally got. So thank God today's a great day in Giants Nation.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
At City Harvest, we're on the road every day rescuing millions of pounds of nutritious food for New Yorkers in need. Transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night and a fantastic weekend. I'll catch up with you on Tuesday. Disney on Ice over at the UBS Arena. We've got some heavy slowdowns heading across the Throgs Neck Bridge into Queens, all because of this police department activity in both directions on the Bronx side of the Whitestone Bridge. Nets are home at the Barclays in Brooklyn, just slammed on the BQE heading over to Atlantic Avenue. Westbound especially tough. You're jammed from the LA and Queens. No relief on the Deegan southbound heading over to the outbound George. Still have a crash on the ramp to the Cross Bronx involving a tractor-trailer. Left lane is out. You're solid there from right after the Mosholu on down. Inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln Orania 30 to 40. Outbound Hahn a half hour plus. Over in Jersey, New York Sirens are home at the Rock in Newark. 280 bumper to bumper heading over to 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
the very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Great. Welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
Am I right? ENN tonight, you already know. It's brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. I'd like to start off ENN tonight by saying good evening. Wait for it. To Don?
There's a new level I discovered, vomit fraud.
And I'd like to say good evening to Alan? No. I'd like to say good evening to Don again.
I want the city to feel good.
And why don't you guys tell me who else I'm saying good evening to, because I don't know. Don again.
What happened?
Okay.
Was there an incident?
Oh, no.
Don?
Kumbaya. Kumbaya.
You had a day.
Thank you.
You know, and he does a day every day, Alan. Because
no, but
you
this
and I
was
are
a special. That was a special Fraud Friday, extra special.
Good evening to Don.
I've loved her since college.
Good evening to Don.
Not only is he a fraud, he's a stalker fraud.
That's a new level. We unlocked a new level.
Let's say good evening to Alan.
Not just his 2,000. Yeah, I got to call it. I got to call it a day.
What?
Let's say good evening.
That was a rough
Let's say
one.
good evening, if we can, to Don and myself.
Will we get destroyed? Can Alan be had?
Will I destroy myself?
Will you?
And apparently there was
How
some
many times?
controversy among the group.
Oh?
What?
When I said Alan, what was the exact quote that I said about Alan and Knicks?
Alan versus Knicks.
Yeah, and they thought I was saying you're against the New York Knicks.
I perked up. I thought we were going to get into just how bad things were last night.
No, Josh Allen versus Bo Nix, but
Right.
there was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Alan Hahn versus the New York Knicks.
Yeah, why would he?
Well,
but give Alan a
it's-
break. What time did you get? What time did you go under the covers last night?
Oh, 3-ish.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Peter. Give him a break. Cut him some slack.
And then up at 7 to take Gracie to school, of course. So
Speaking of destroying, let's say
Excuse me.
Let's say good evening to Mike Brown and hear from him on the loss to Golden State.
I thought we played good in stretches tonight. Our level of competitiveness was there throughout the game. The biggest thing was I thought their level of physicality was there longer than ours was. And you could feel it throughout the course of the game. So give them a lot of credit.
Oh, boy. How you feeling there, pal? Alan, what are we looking at here? What the heck flies going on?
Stephanie just brought me dinner.
Oh,
wow!
So we
God
got
bless.
some,
God bless.
Chicken parm. This is from Phil's. Phil's and Syosset.
Wow, look at you, man!
And then a little bit of some slice.
You got a little chicken parm mid-show.
That's right. And get myself a glass of grape juice, and we're ready to go.
Some great, really, a grape juice for dinner kind of guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You kidding? He's drinking wine. He doesn't want you to know.
Oh.
Peter's really good at just, he lifts the skirt every chance he gets.
I just asked a question. All you had to do was go, yeah, I like grape juice.
Yeah, grape juice, great.
A lot of calories, but then again, I've seen you pound a whole thing of chicken salad, so your metabolism's
You
not
did.
question.
You love to fat shame me. I appreciate that.
Fat shame you? Oh, my God. Don,
well, that's
how
the thing.
often would
that-
you mention that? Oh, you're going to eat that whole thing, huh?
No, because it's the envy that it doesn't show up as
Thank
fat.
you.
It shows
Thank
up
you.
as hot.
You know what it is, though, and I will say.
How could he read it so wrong? Don, how could he read
Peter,
it so
I'm going to explain.
wrong?
I'm going to explain. Because I am damaged from time with DiPietro, who
he meant it.
Because I mean, I'd start enjoying something, and he would just do the whole, look at you. You know how many calories that is? Ugh, disgusting. And then you just now I feel like a slob, right? So,
well, listen.
I guess
good
I'm
news,
just damaged. It's not you, it's me.
No, it makes sense. But by the way, what you're saying actually makes utter and complete sense. DiPietro is a complete freak. I remember. This is how big a freak.
He just wanted me to be better, but I couldn't be better.
No, it's not that. It's not that. He
By the
can't
way,
help
this
it.
looks
He's out of his
amazing.
gourd. Don, I remember there was a year, I swear to you, I saw Rick at some point, and when I walked by him, I forget what happened, but I ended up kind of slapping him on the tummy.
And you broke a finger.
I was like, ooh.
Did you hurt your hand?
No, it was the opposite. I went, oh, not as tight as I expected.
Oh, really?
Like that.
When was this?
Yeah. I was like, oh, man. I said, you slacking? What's going on with the push-ups? And I'm not kidding. From that moment on, I believe he went home, screamed at himself in the mirror while crying.
Stop.
Right.
Tied his shirt around his neck and kind of suffocated himself a bit.
Come on.
And then the next time I did the same thing, I almost broke my hand. Yeah, I mean, he's a maniac. So, Alan, yes, part of it is that he wanted you to be better, and part of him is just that he's an absolute beast and lunatic. Which
Oh, yeah, he's a lunatic, and I love that.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a fun way to live life, but God bless. Alan, so you heard what Mike Brown had to say. There's more. Do you want to hear more from Mike Brown first, and then Manalize?
Yeah. Yeah, let's hear it all.
Let's hear a little more from Mike Brown. This is about the slump the Knicks are facing.
That's the ebb and flow of any season that you're in. You're not going to be here all the time, and we're sliding. We've slid a little bit. I believe in the group. I believe that we're going to bounce back, and we're going to figure this thing out and fight the right way. So just right now, going through it and dealing with it, we got to keep trying to figure out how we can do the small things, and it starts with us being just as physical as our opponents for a longer period of time.
He keeps bringing up physical. There were some people that didn't like that. So this was sort of a homecoming tour for Mike Brown, right? Because Sacramento, where he coached before he was fired. And so there was a lot of that there, and the Knicks did not show up for that game. And then Golden State, where he coached for 6 years as an assistant, 3 championships. So there was a lot of that homecoming. And after the Draymond Green doing great Draymond Green things against Karl Anthony Towns, grabbed his – at one point, Towns driving to the basket, Green fell, and then he grabbed Towns' ankle, got a flagrant 1 for it. And just, again, he's doing his yap and he's talking, all that stuff. And after the game, there were some people that didn't like that Mike Brown gave Draymond a hug after the game. It's like, you're punking my guy, and now I'm going to get, like.
There's something to that.
Yeah, so there was a lot about that game that you didn't like, but the thing that I most took away, he keeps talking about them not being physical enough, teams out physicaling them. And I said last night in a postgame, what we're seeing, especially on that West Coast trip, 4 teams, even though they got the one win in Portland still was the same way. Every team kind of held up a mirror to the Knicks saying, you know what, we're not really that intimidated by you. We know we can play physical against you, and you don't like it collectively. And, especially Towns. He doesn't like it. He reacts to it. He complains about fouls. You can get him off his game. And that is a concern. So when Mike Brown says, hey, we're going to get out of this, the only way to do that is kind of a refocus and attitude. But I don't know how you tell a team that doesn't really have a lot of dogs, they have some, but not a lot, that all of a sudden you're just going to turn into one. So it's something to watch as we go forward. There are teams that are just kind of starting to show the Knicks. Sixers did it. The Hawks did it. Detroit did it for sure. Is, you know what? We don't know if you have a collective team toughness, so we're going to challenge you physically and see how you answer to it. And for Karl Anthony Towns, there's a microscope on him right now and how he responds.
Now,
so that was the concern.
The Knicks aren't the only team at Madison Square Garden with some issues. In fact, I would say they're not even registering as a team with issues compared to their roommates. And I'm not talking about Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. I'm talking about the New York Rangers. GM Chris Drury wrote a letter to fans on Friday stating that his team will embark on a, quote, retool this season, which might result in trading popular players. Before releasing the letter, sources said Drury had meetings with the team's leadership group, the players and an individual meeting with Artemi Panarin. Sources described the conversations as extremely candid. In the letter, Drury said the Rangers need to be realistic about their situation, especially given injuries to key players such as Shesterkin and Adam Fox, who are both out. We are not going to stand pat. A shift will give us the ability to be smart and opportunistic as we retool the team. This is not a rebuild. This will be a retool built around our core players and prospects. We will target players that bring tenacity, skill, speed, and a winning pedigree with a focus on obtaining young players' draft picks and cap space to allow us flexibility moving forward. And with that, I would like to bring in someone who I know will be positive and excited, if nothing else, about this opportunity. Anthony Pusick.
Very excited. It's about time. Me and Don have talked at length about this back on the defunct Game Misconduct podcast. You can make the argument that by the Devils' exit in 2022 that this was probably the way that this team should have gone. I know they made it back to an Eastern Conference final, but there was some luck and fortune in that. It seems like that core of players that Drury is mentioning was not able to get over the hump. My interest in this, calling it a retool and not a rebuild, is what does he view as the core players? If he's talking about Igor Shesterkin, Adam Fox, JT Miller, apparently, according to Vince Mercogliano, the guys with no move clauses, which includes Zibanejad and Gavrikov, say they want to be a part of this. I assume that's part of the core as well. That's still a lot of names that aren't on there. Alexei Lafreniere, Vincent Trocheck, Artemi Panarin, who is not going to get extended and most likely will. They will try to find a trade partner for him that he's happy with because he does have the right to go where he wants to go. It's necessary. This has not been good, guys. You guys have heard me talk about it off the air.
As a fan, you're good.
I'm happy
with this move.
I'm happy that it's being branded as a retool, but if Artemi Panarin's getting moved and a bunch of other guys, it's a very big retool, which I think is necessary.
Now, you could look at it and say, well, the Garden doesn't like to throw around rebuild. Remember, they wouldn't even, when they redid the Garden, it was called the reimagination. Like, it's a word salad.
It's a very Disney thing.
But it has to be a retool because Fox, Zibanejad, JT Miller, Igor Shesterkin, they're not going anywhere. When you blow something up, you're blowing it up. Everybody's going to go. The only reason Panarin's going is because he's at the end of his contract. They're not going to renew him, and it would make sense in a year where you're not going anywhere to trade him and try to get something for him. But, moving the players that they have outside of the ones that I mentioned are not real needle movers. They're not going to bring back a mint in a trade. It's just going to be kind of reshuffling the deck chairs. You can't fire the coach. You just gave him a 5-year contract. It's not his fault. So they're going to try to see what assets they can get, move some players around, but they probably would love to blow it up, but Zibanejad's not going anywhere. JT Miller's not going anywhere. Gavrikov, who they got, also got a no-movement clause. It'd be silly to let Igor go because he's still young and outstanding. They're going to try to figure out a way to piece this together.
I think what upset
everybody, work.
Don, what upset everybody was that they thought that Trouba and Kreider was it, and that was it. That Drury identified the problems. I think that he thought there were plenty more problems, but he couldn't do anything about those problems because of the clauses and because they were still sort of winning. Last year was the first year they weren't winning. This year has shown you the iteration of this team needs to have a massive overhaul because it's just not not working.
But the type of players that they want to get, clearly, right? I think they want to get out of the business of the aging stars who aren't playing at the same level they used to, and be younger, and the way the game's being played right now, faster, right? That's what I think they're open to do. Just a very hard thing to do when you have no move clauses with guys. You got to talk them into doing it, and this letter, and I know rebuild, whatever you want to call it, it's still, you are reworking the roster, but what else you're doing is you're kind of calling it. You're kind of calling the season, right? We're halfway through. Don, they're calling it.
No, it's a retool, Alan.
Okay, well,
they're bringing in
10
players
points
with
out of a
tenacity.
playoff.
Whatever it is, you're calling it.
They're 10 points out of a playoff spot. They've just lost 4 in a row. They're getting crushed. Their goaltenders.
And what are they doing?
Hurt.
And where are they going right now?
They're not. And then now they're going out. Well, they're going to play Philly, I guess, tomorrow, and then they're going out west.
Right, perfect time.
And when they come back, but again, you look at the guys that they can move: a Carrick, a Cooley. Maybe a Trocheck. I mean, they'll get things back, but it's nothing. They're not the needle movers. Panarin will bring something because there's a team that's probably desperate for a forward that might give you something. But Chris Drury's letting you know that it's not about this season.
Yep.
Now, Tommy Fitzgerald had a similar, had a press conference back on Wednesday, just blaming himself for everything. But the Devils have, I think, a team that's good enough. They just can't get their players to play to the back of their hockey card. That's what they've got to try to figure out. But I think when you look at what the Rangers have, you shouldn't be surprised that this is it, right? It's a nice team, but it's just not good enough. And the frustrating thing is it's so wide open, and there's so much parity in the NHL. So for them to be on the outside looking in this significantly is a little disturbing. But good for Chris. Got to get out in front and got to let people know that
that's it.
You're going to move what you got to move, but it can't be a full blown reconstruction of the team when you've got that many assets that have no movement clauses or just aren't tradable right now.
But it's also a message to the players too, right? Because those that if we can't move you, I'm letting the fans know that we tried. We want to. We want to do a rebuild or a retool, whatever. But you're in the way. There's nothing wrong with that too. Let the players know, hey, you guys aren't performing, and I can't move you. So
and we're not good with it. Yeah, just know we're not good with this. We're trying our best. Now, there's been mixed reviews on the Mets pivoting to throwing a whole lot of money at Bo Bichette. Buster Olney was on with Michael earlier. That talentless hack whose guts I hate. Just kidding. I love him. Here's Buster. Does this seem like Steve Cohen's the one making moves?
When you think about where the Mets started this offseason, where they landed, it doesn't fit. It's like puzzle pieces where, it's just a little bit off in terms of what the execution was. And I mean, at some point, it's Steve's team, and he can do what he wants. And he knows he's got an unhappy fan base, and he, certainly had to green light the handling of Alonso and the trade of Nimmo, the trade of Jeff McNeil. He had to go along with that, but this certainly has the feel of an anxious owner going out and signing a player who I seriously doubt that in the Mets' first planning meetings of the offseason that they thought that they'd wind up the winter paying Bo Bichette, $42 million a year to play third base. I can't imagine that was something that came into play until the last couple of weeks.
So what was the plan? Who did they lose out on? That blew up the plan.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, if you've got Steve Cohen, you shouldn't lose out on anybody. If you got a plan,
they
right?
thought they had him.
They thought they had him. They get outbid. All right. So, but that's got to be part of the plan. Like, how much is it going to cost to get Tucker? How much is it going to cost to get Valdez? How much is it going to cost to get Bellinger?
Yeah.
Now Valdez and Bellinger are still out there, so there's still work to be done. So I don't want to criticize until we see the final product. But what I'm starting to get a little worried about, guys, isn't so much that there isn't a plan. There has to be a plan. But is this plan a couple of years in the making? Now, they've said that, you'll judge it on opening day. Like, they've spun it that you're going to find out right away. But I'm wondering if the dirty little secret is we've got a plan here. We're cleaning out some of the bad eggs in the locker room, the guys that didn't like each other, the guys that maybe David Stearns didn't like, and he doesn't feel that plan has to necessarily be executed right away. Maybe his plan for first base is next year's free agency. Or, so maybe this plan is not something this offseason, that it's in the works and it could be a couple of years. And good luck trying to get New York to be patient with a plan that might take a couple of years to execute.
Especially the starting pitching, right? And not only starting pitching, which he doesn't like to invest in, but how about also what you're doing when it comes to prospects who are ready to make a move up. I was reading about, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so forgive me, but they have a center fielder that they think might be able to make the team. He's like a young talent that they're pretty high on, Don. Do you any reference at all?
I don't. Not off
I was
the top
reading
of my head,
I think about last week or so. I was reading something, and there was something said about a guy who's like a center fielder who just they think could be really special, and that could solve the problem at center field that we weren't sure about. Well,
but again, you're talking about kids.
But that takes time.
The same way you're talking about these three young pitchers last year, if you remember, and McNeil looks like he's a keeper. But let's see if the other two guys are even going to be able to make the team this year. So I'm sorry, your plan can't be young prospects and throw them into one of the best divisions in baseball and trying to make up for what happened last year. You won 83 games, and now 3 starters from that team are gone, and they've been replaced by, yes, Bo Bichette's a good player, but he's playing out of position.
Right.
Polanco's a good player, but he's going to play out of position. Is Taylor your center fielder? Is it going to be this kid you're talking about? How are you filling out your rotation? Is Manaea going to bounce back? Is McLean going to have a sophomore jinx? Is Tong going to get a chance to make this rotation?
I think is his name.
So,
guys, we have an interesting tweet here from Ian O'Connor. And we need to move on and get to some football before we put a bow on this beautiful Ian.
Foosball.
IOC tweeting, sounds like John Harbaugh and the Giants might take this deep into tonight, more likely tomorrow. Things are still okay. Hang in there. Still a lot to review in contract. John and Joe Shane have gotten along. Can't see this unraveling. Both sides know way too much at stake. So an interesting tweet for me, and it's kind of like, hey, guys, don't worry. And you're kind of like, well, I wasn't worrying. Well, why are you bringing this up?
Because, here's why. Because
taking a little long.
Because of the other markets that wanted to talk to him and didn't, there's the sense, like, hey, the longer this goes, maybe the Tennessee Titans will get a chance to talk to him. Just wait. There's that. So I think, the Giants want to make sure that their fans aren't getting caught up in that and just putting out a reassurance of, no, this is getting done.
Wait, but you can't go from not having a formal interview with Tennessee and Atlanta and all of a sudden, pivoting in the middle of negotiations and running to them. That would look bad for the Giants. It would look bad for Harbaugh. The other thing I hear is, if the Packers let LaFleur go, then he'll go. They've agreed in principle. They'll get it done. But I do understand what you're saying. It does lend to the paranoia that the guy that was all over this keeps tweeting, everything's fine. All is well. Like Kevin Bacon in Animal House.
Yes.
Like now all of a sudden I'm starting to smell smoke. But it's nothing to do with money or pay. It's just there's little things that they've got to work on, and this is important to both of them, and it should take some time, right? Get everything done, then they'll have a formal press conference, probably sometime early next week before championship weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going to be fine, guys.
And with that,
yes,
it's time.
Sure it is.
For your
Love it.
divisional weekend.
While you do this, is it okay for me to have a bite of pizza?
Sure. NFL announcer lineup. Well, guys, they're dwindling. It's good. We're not going to have a long lineup until next September.
Down to a
or
precious
this September.
few.
We start on Saturday, and we go out to Denver. All right, 4:30 p.m. So it's beautiful. You can have a whole day on Saturday, get a whole lot done with the family, and just say, babe, by 4:30, it's Josh Allen time. All right? Now, we didn't mention this all week. I don't know if you guys saw any of the Golden Globes, but Haley Steinfeld was there because of Sinners. She's, of course, very pregnant at this point with Josh Allen's child. And so with that, I'd just like to say, regardless of the result of this Saturday's game, Josh Allen has won, folks. The Buffalo Bills at the Denver Broncos, 4:30 Eastern, CBS, Jim Nantz.
Hello, friends.
He'll be joined by the great Anthony Marcellus Bartholomew Jacobs Romo III.
Hey, take your helmet off. Give it to me. Give it to me. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not allowed.
On the sideline, the great Tracy Wolfson.
Wow, what a game, as we expected.
The Buffalo Bills, a short favorite at the rested 1 seed, the Denver Broncos. The nightcap on Saturday, get the pizza, maybe some leftover chicken parm, whatever your specialty is. We have an NFC West clash like you dream about. The very beat-up 49ers find themselves as 7-point dogs, minus George Kittle, as they head to Seattle to take on an oblique-strained Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox, which means it's a Kevin Burkhardt vehicle.
Boston College.
He'll be joined by the future captain of a flag football game in Saudi Arabia, Tom Brady.
I have a lot of friends who outkick their coverage.
On the sidelines, two of the greats. The last week's fur-laden, I don't know what she'll wear this week, Aaron Andrews.
All right, old man, I can joke with you about that.
And the iconic Thomas Rinaldi.
How spectacular and great is this?
Which takes us to Sunday. Just 2 more games, folks, and they're going with the old 3 6:30 vehicles. That's all we'll have from that Sunday through next Sunday. Houston and New England at 3 p.m. The Pats 3-point favorites at home. And interestingly, this AFC bout will be a Joe Buck vehicle on ESPN.
I have proof Joe Buck is the spawn of Satan.
Troy Aikman.
He is so hot inside.
2 sideline reporters as well, the great Lisa Salters.
Welcome to the playoffs.
And, of course, Laura Rutledge.
Enjoy that flight.
What's the last thing I want to hear before I head to Saudi Arabia, Laura Rutledge?
Enjoy that flight.
Thank you. The last game of the weekend, 6:30 on Sunday. The heavy favorites now, 4.5 points. L.A. Rams going into the cold at Chicago. I remember the first time I saw Jim McMahon. 6:30 Eastern. NBC, Mike Tirico.
They still seem to resonate.
There are 3 teams.
He'll be joined by Chris Collinsworth.
I was thinking he missed a few early on. And then he just threw it in the other guy's hole.
Melissa Stark on the sideline.
Oh, okay. Nothing like live television. I'm okay.
And that is it, Don. That's all
it.
we got. 4 big games.
Wish there were more, but that's it.
That's
no
all
Monday vehicle.
And isn't it funny, like, I should be used to the fact that, like, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are on ESPN, but when I see them having an all-AFC playoff game, it still feels weird.
Because you still have that Fox.
They're Fox
side to them.
Yeah, I think Packers, Vikings, Cowboys playoff games. And that'll do it for ENN, of course, on this Friday evening. drafting like you dream about. It's brought to you by our friends over at Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like the new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or the Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Last call, crew, 1-800-919-3776. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg until 7. Then it's Ty Butler on ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Hey guys, when a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. Tonight, all right, maybe not a lot locally, but tons of hoops and hockey that you can watch on ESPN+. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today. So we have last caller crew coming up here, boys, and we've already got a couple of callers waiting with a couple of lines available at 888-203-3776. Where do we want to go?
Well, that's a good question. Let's go to JT in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York. Hey, JT.
Hey, fellas. Thank you for taking my call. Happy Friday. Just want to talk about what's happening in baseball real quick.
Sure.
Is it sickening? Yeah, we're all sickened. But that's coming from a Dodger fan, too. So, let that sit what you will. But I just want to remind everybody of who's done this before, too. Go back to the 70s when the Yankees won their first 2 championships. Who they signed? Reggie Jackson. Right? They picked up this big free agent. They won 2 championships. They invested in their franchise. 90s, same thing. They were signing free agents all the place. They won 3 championships. They upped their stock. George Steinbrenner bought the team back in '73 for like $10 million. And they're worth $8 billion now. So if we look ahead to like 2040, the Dodgers are telling themselves, like, hey, we're going to be worth $15 billion in 2040. We're going to be forget about the deferred salaries and everything like that. I know it used to be different, but they're going to be able to pay their players because it's a smart business move.
Yeah, but JT, there's a difference, and the difference is this all baseball money? Or is this the Guggenheim Group saying, I'm sitting on billions of dollars, I can dig deeper than other owners can? Even back when Steinbrenner was doing this in the 90s, it was because the Yankees were the most popular. They were the richest franchise. They took in the most money. Now it's not about that. Like Steve Cohen has lost money. Did George Steinbrenner ever lose money when he signed these free agents? Did he ever dip into his shipping money to pay Reggie Jackson?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Stock
the
just
difference.
kept going up.
Yeah.
But this is not the Dodgers stock going up. See, that's the problem. It's not that the Dodgers win championships. The Dodgers are popular. They become a destination. They are sitting on more money than everybody else. Even if the Guggenheim Group owned the Padres, it'd be the same thing.
And Don,
you know how I know
that's
that?
the
Because
mistake.
that's what happened when the Padres had a billionaire owner dying of cancer and said, I'm going to go out and get Machado. I'm going to go out and get this guy, that guy, which they did. That's the difference to me, Alan.
But isn't that the misconception is that the Dodgers, because of winning, they'll just make all that money back. No, it doesn't work that way. Not anymore. Like the Dodgers are not going to make all the money back to cover all that salary. That's a loss they're willing to take because they can. But that's not how it works. So to say, spend more, make more. That's not quite it. And again, I remind everybody, the Yankees have one of the highest payrolls in the sport. They do every year. And they don't have that other business type income that some of these other owners have. But they still are spending at a high rate. And I continue to say, you can get mad because the owner won't overpay or whatever. He's going to put limits on things now. I still say it's still one of the highest payrolls. How's the money being spent? That's what I think you should judge more than just paying more and being willing to overspend or outspend on anything.
Now,
How are
Anthony,
you using it? Because anybody can. What the Dodgers are doing, let's be honest, anybody can do that. Right?
I mean, if you had the money, yeah.
Who do you want? You want that guy? Okay. Who do you want? That guy? Okay. Now, they have already set up a good situation there. But
they have made – let's just be fair, though. You do have to admit, their choices have also worked out really well. Because there have been moments, it seems like, when there are teams that have made moves, granted, none with the financial freedom of the Dodgers, but the players that you think you're getting don't turn out to be the guys you're getting. The Dodgers guys that they've gotten have all been the guys.
But I like
everyone has worked out.
Yeah. There's no doubt.
Now, Don, have you or Anthony, have either of you seen, speaking of the baseball, the level of tweeting that the Caster's been doing today?
As you were going on your tirade, I was kind of saying he's not a thin-skinned lunatic. And I was like, well, timing of this isn't perfect.
The timing of me saying, why do people give Michael a hard time, leave him alone, is funny. I just looked. My early estimate is that since his show wrapped up today, Michael has sent no less than 75 tweets.
Whoa. He's got time today.
Yeah, he's been on fire. I don't know. Did something happen Was there a take of his, Anthony, on the show that set people off?
I don't view it any differently. I listened to a lot of it. I've heard Michael talk this way a lot. He is explaining what is happening with the Yankees, the thought processes, things of that nature, and people are upset that right now the Yankees, as a 94-win team, tied with the Blue Jays for the most wins in the American League last year, they may view that as successful, whereas the fan base thinks that George would have fired everybody. And we've had this conversation, and now Michael has taken it to Twitter.
You know what? He was just bored today. I guess he needed to fill some time because you know where this is going.
He can't
We've
win
seen
that.
this conversation.
You can't win that because you are explaining it intelligently, and people think that you're being handed a script to start defending the franchise, right? I guarantee you that's what I haven't seen any of the tweets. I guarantee you the response to him is that, right? They won't listen to his logic. They'll just think, well, you don't agree with me, so you must be working for the team right now.
That's why you got to tap out. Because, listen, I'm not going through it anywhere near what Michael goes through. But, I'll get the tweet. Well, of course, Don and Dano aren't going to rip the Devils. They work for the Devils. First of all, I don't work for the Devils. I work for MSG.
There you go.
All right, that's number one. Number two, if you've already decided my point, then why am I going to get into it with you? If you think my opinion's invalid because I supposedly work for the Devils, then I'm not even going to bother engaging you because you're not going to believe anything I say anyway. So I'm just going to lay out. I've got opinions, and I think we do a good job of calling out when mistakes are made and all that. But if you think it's going to be a good broadcast, hating on the team the way the fans do when they're losing, that's not going to make for an ideal broadcast. But if you've already got the bias that my opinion means nothing, then I'm good. I'm not gonna.
You're all set.
I'm all, and Michael should be too, because now you're fighting two battles. You're fighting the battle of the opinion that the tweeter has,
right?
And now you're battling that your opinion is true and it's not being sullied by the fact that you work for the Yankees, that you work for. I'm sorry. First of all, I don't want to get in any fight, but I don't want to have to fight two battles at the same time. So I'm good. Have fun. Have at it.
It's first of all, there's also way more people that understand that your perspective has a lot of merit and value and credibility because of your knowledge and experience. There's others who just want to see you go unhinged fan rant because they want to be entertained and they want to see somebody be as mad as them. And it's like, you're not getting that. You're not getting that. Not from a successful, intelligent, grown man. It's not going to happen. So, but listen, I give him credit because he just feels like throwing punches today, and sometimes we all do. Sometimes we all want to spar a little bit, and that's fine.
Yeah, but
he had time today. You could tell.
But imagine a prize fight, Peter, because you're a boxing guy.
I love boxing. Sure.
There's no bell at the end and no winner declared. Nope. You just fight until the death, basically. Mm-hmm. Like there's no stopping. There's no bell. There's no go back to your corner. There's no judge telling you who won the round. And there's no raising of the arm. It is an endless, scoreless fight. I'm good.
Well, I'm glad you brought up boxing because boxing is back at MSG.
Sure it is.
Sure is.
Saturday, January 31st, the Ring 6, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, going to be a hell of a fight. ESPN New York has your chance to score the tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest tile, submit your entry, and boom, that's how we do it. Brought to you by Madison Square Garden. This is one fight you will not want to miss. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and catch every round live on DAZN.
That was exceptionally well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I did it for you, Don.
The whole thing.
All right. So Ryan, Alvin, Joe, Rob, we're getting to you. We've got another segment of Last Call Crew, and then we're going to hand it off to the great Ty Butler, who's not gutless, who will work on a Friday night on ESPN New York.
The St. John's Red Storm head to Philly to face Big East rival Villanova. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Mary to the net. Score! The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat, score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the Divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. Take your shot at an upset if you want to, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I'm leaning towards the Seahawks right now. So you could apply your profit boost and go after an even bigger payout while the playoffs keep rolling. Visit FanDuel.com/local, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL game day. 21 and over and physically present in New York, option required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369.
All right, let's hear from you. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Ryan in Port Jeff. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, boys? How you doing?
It's all going.
Don, I got a fraud alert Friday for you. Can I hit you with it really quick?
Do it.
All right. So I'm born in 1990. I'm a huge Yankee fan, memorabilia, going to games, stuff, the whole nine. But I love Tino Martinez. So 2001 to, little 11, 12-year-old Ryan, Tino Martinez goes to the Cardinals. I follow him along, become a little bit of a Cardinal fan for a few years. And then I kind of renounced baseball. And then about 10 years later, I'm 25 years old. One of my Little League teammates gets drafted. He gets called up to the Mets and starts playing for the Mets. So I start watching the Mets to watch him, and I fall in love with the Mets. And for about 10 years, I've been a diehard Met fan. I watch 140 games a year, jerseys, go to games, everything. Is that Met fandom fraudulent?
Now, why did
Who's
you
the
denounce
friend?
baseball?
Oh, the friend is Steven Matz.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Long Island kid.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why did you denounce baseball?
Just quit playing Little League, basically, is what it was.
Well, the
Focused
fact that
on
you were
another
so
sport.
young and listen, by definition, it's fraudulent. All right. But it
By the
sounds
letter
like
of the
you were-
law.
It sounds like you were very young and weren't all that in. And then because I'll forgive the Cardinal stuff, different league, and you love Tino Martinez, but then you kind of fell out of baseball, and now you're a diehard Met fan. How old were you when you decided to become a Met fan?
25.
All right, that's very old. Listen, you're a fraud. But I get it.
There it is.
But listen, I get it. I mean, I think you'd admit it. I mean, you were a Yankee fan.
Thought it
You
was a
denounced
tough case.
baseball. You got back in because Steven Matz was a friend of yours, and you stuck with it even after Matz is gone. So I give you credit for that. But it is what it is, buddy. You were a Yankee fan, and now you're a Met fan. What am I supposed to say?
But
you're a
part
good
of
guy. You're a good friend. You're a fraud.
Listen, you're a good guy too, man. Thanks for taking the call. I appreciate you guys.
Sometimes I feel bad, and I genuinely felt bad, but you got to call it the way you see it, right?
Yes. Yeah, we see what that was about. He kind of fell out of love in baseball and then had a reason to get back into it, and then it kind of stuck.
Joe and Hazlitt, you're on ESPN New York.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Thanks for taking the call. Happy Friday. Peter, happy birthday to Maya, and hope you enjoy your night tonight. Got a day off.
Man. Oh, he's enjoying it.
He's going.
Yeah, no problem. My
God
wife
bless.
and I are expecting our first at the in August, so I'll be in your shoes soon. So,
Hey.
But with all that said, I kind of wanted to get a little bit of a ruling from the Judge LaGreca. Wednesday, I'm driving home. I'm listening to the show. Peter and Alan are there. Don's left because of the Devils. Peter's talking about Maya's birthday. I think Alan brought up getting her a Brunson jersey.
Yeah.
And Peter was like, you know what? I think it's time now. And then after that, Peter said, I love my playoff Knicks. After that, go to break. First call you take back from break. Dick in Manhattan. Guy starts calling about basketball. And then I think his question was, who was the most surprising? I think he asked Alan, who's the most surprising team this year?
Right.
And Alan said the Pistons, and then Peter gives Celtics. So what is it, Peter?
Well,
Is
this
it
has been
just I'm
something
in
we've
the city
discussed
now? I
since
root for the Knicks when I feel like it.
No, he's a Joe. He's a raging fraud. He knows it.
In basketball, football. He's a fraud in everything but football.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it was said.
Oh yeah, no. We're so Joe. Here's the thing.
It's not true.
You're
almost
good.
true.
You're good for reminding us. Don and I are so numb to it now. It's almost like it's just expected. It's all it is. He's just a raging fraud, unapologetic raging fraud.
Listen, I have some things. I have some things going on with regard to the basketball that makes it complicated, right? My wife, my wife. It's the one sport my wife is actually into, and I'm using into loosely. But she walked on the team at Kingsborough Community College. She enjoys basketball. Not nothing. Played a couple years there.
Sure.
So she's a Knicks fan. She's super New York in that regard. And I've grown a bit of a fondness there. I admit it. But I'm a fraud, I guess, because I'm not willing to make any sort of change. I'm still a Celtics guy, but I do sort of like Don. It's the early years of considering the affair. I'm like, I can tell you, Tom's wife, man. Like, she listens to me different. I don't know. We just have a good time talking. That's all.
No,
but in 5 years, are we behind the shed, a pumping and a sweating? I don't know.
Whoa. Wow. Behind the shed?
Behind the shed.
That's me. That would be me in the Knicks. It would be behind the shed, dirty. You know what I mean?
13 years old, behind the shed.
Well, no, it's more. I'm more creating a farm scenario.
Yeah, I don't know what scenario.
Tom owns
You just took
the
me
lot.
back in time. That's all.
Tom behind the shed. Tom owns the lot, Don. He's got the farm down the way. That is the Knicks. The Knicks are Tom with the farm a little bit down the road.
The Knicks are
and
Tom's
that's why
farm.
And the Knicks are Tom's farm, a.k.a. his wife. No, wait. I'm confusing the analogy.
All right, you know what?
Wait, it's your bull.
All right, Lorenzo and
Or maybe it's
Tuxedo,
my
save
head up
us.
a bull's.
What do you got, Lorenzo?
My sweet brother Noomsay.
There you go.
That's a nice reference, the Golden Child.
That's all I got to say. Go Bills.
All right. Well, thank you very
Bills.
much, Lorenzo,
Yeah,
for
that
that.
too. Thank you, though.
Rob on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man? Rob?
Let me make this real quick.
All right.
Why is Chris Drury going to be the cook to change the Rangers around since he's done absolutely nothing since he's been there? He made mistakes last year by letting the league know that he was trading Twitter and Kruger. Now he tells the league, we're going to trade Panarin, so you lose your leverage. As long as Chris Drury's there, I have no faith that they can turn this team around. There's nothing in the farm system, and as long as James Dolan and Woody Johnson own their respective teams, neither of those teams are going to win anything because they don't know what the heck they're doing. Chris Drury should be gone. Thank you.
Cool.
Cool.
Rob, you heard he's not going to go anywhere.
They went to
some of the issues with the no-trade clauses were given by the other general manager, but I understand your frustration.
He's frustrated. He had to get it off his chest.
But
he wanted to say what he said.
Again,
But Don,
the
how
Knicks
many
could win a
conference finals did they get
championship,
to?
and Dolan owns them. And
How many conference finals did they get? They got two in
that
3
group
years. Got they didn't get all the way there, but they knocked on the door, and now you've got to.
I'm not going to be mad at them because something's going to have to happen. But they fired coaches, they make trades, and it's a tough situation to be in when you have parity and it's a wide open conference, and you're one of the teams that's not going to be there to have a chance to take advantage of it. But this is a fun show. For anybody that's on hold, Ty Butler is coming up next. So he's got the football, he's got the baseball, he's got the basketball of it all too. There's so much going on. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Again, happy birthday to Maya. Enjoy your night, guys. We will talk to you again at 3 o'clock on Monday on ESPN New York.
Ox Spine and New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions.